Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Founders and Legends. So, I'm Mike Mearls. I am the franchise creative director on Dungeons & Dragons, and I'll be DMing this, the third and final D&D session of the day. I want to take a quick second to basically shamelessly plug Extra Life. We have mentioned a few times today, but I just want to come around and point out that this little Dungeon Master screen I've got in front of me here, I'm going to be making custom DM screens for a very reasonable donation to Extra Life. So if you feel like you want to open your wallet, check out dnd.wizards.com/extralife, Extra Life, all one word. And that'll give you details on my personal page if you're the other people who've taken part in the event today, and also give you some details on how you can take part in Extra Life too. You don't just have to donate money. You can also sign up, play games, and raise money for children's hospitals across the United States, and I think even across the world. So this little Dungeon Master screen, what's kind of cool about it, I don't know if you can see this, I've got custom little pockets I built. I have my monster stats here. You can't really see. Players, I don't want you guys to see it either, but it's got a nice little thing. Now, of course, as the franchise creative director on D&D, I have to say our official DM screen is very awesome and perfect, but I think my little custom screen might be a little bit more perfect, maybe just a little bit. So, oh, nice. And I got some new stickers for my DM screen. Thank you, Joe. I'll have to get these set up. So this is an 18th level game, high level game. So hopefully if you've ever thought about running something that's the higher end of the scale for D&D, that maybe you'll take some pointers from this, hopefully, unless I crash and burn horribly as a Dungeon Master. We'll see. Hopefully that won't happen, especially not on Founders and Legends Day. But so enough about me, enough about the basic situation on the game. I think now would be a good time to go over around our table, starting to my left, and introduce our players. So, take it away.
Hello, I'm Jason Liles, and I am playing Bethryle.
Ooh. What kind of character? What's your character's race and class?
A human cleric of the life domain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Keeping the rest of the party.
Hello, I'm TJ Storm, and I am a ancient wood elf named Azrael of the Long Death.
And I'm Luke Gygax, and I'm playing Melf of the Green Arrow at a much higher level this round.
I'm Joe Manganiello, and I will be playing Archon the Cruel, Oathbreaker Paladin of Tiamat.
And I am David Baxter, and I will be playing a dwarf paladin named Grimmelixon. And this should be really interesting.
I'm Ashley Miller, and I will be playing a half-orc fighter named Kelgor.
Okay, very nice. The six of you, all very powerful champions, some of good, some perhaps of not so good, depending on how we look at things, have been called together by a powerful archmage, which many of you might be familiar with. An archmage by the name of Mordenkainen. Mordenkainen has reached out to all of you and provided you with the magics necessary for the six of you to gather where you stand now, on a low, lonely hill out in a distant plain, in a world which you believe this is a world named Orth. Some of you may have been here before. Yes. Some of you may hail from here.
Yes.
Others may have traveled to more distant realms. Mordenkainen seeks your help. There's been a great disturbance in the negative energy material plane. Not long ago, a being of great power was banished there. This being, Vecna, attempted to escape, but was thwarted, and one member of our party was there at the great battle in which Vecna's expeditionary force was thrown back. It seems while Vecna has grown quiet and has journeyed deep into the negative plane to plot his next move, the ripples and the fabric of the cosmos have reached far and wide. And now a creature, an entity long thought slumbering, might be moving ever so slightly in its sleep. Mordenkainen asked you to venture forth to a location which at one time was an important battleground and a great struggle between Lolth, the demon queen of the Drow, and the world of Greyhawk. And one of her bids to dispatch her servants to overcome the surface world. Before you, ahead of you, down at the base of the hill and out into the lonely moor in front of you, stands the ruin of what was once a steeding, a wooden fortress constructed by hill giants. There, the hill giants gathered, and at the behest of the Drow, raided the neighboring kingdoms. Many years ago, these hill giants were defeated, and by a band of adventurers, not unlike yourselves. They were put to the sword, and the first threads of the Drow's extravagant plot to spread their evil across the world was discovered. Mordenkainen believes that somewhere within this ruin, there's an ancient temple to some forgotten entity, an entity that he believes is now starting, perhaps not to awake, but starting to move a bit, and is becoming disquiet in its slumber. He's charged you with finding this place and destroying its power. He has assured you that this creature, by no means, is anywhere near awakening. This is merely, with utmost caution, I've gathered 6 powerful champions, just in case anything should go wrong. But I can assure you, this will be perhaps the simplest and easiest of quests with which I could possibly charge you. Simply, the ruins have been abandoned for many years. Simply find within the dungeons beneath them this chapel and destroy the altar, and ensure that this entity does not push its way out of the strange dimensions that contain it and into this world. Greyhawk is a world of great struggles, of petty kings and greed and treachery, but it is my home, and I would not wish to see it come to a dark end. And with those words, he cast a spell of teleportation and sent you here to this hill, where even now you stand and look. The last rays of the sun, as it starts to descend below the horizon to the west, cast upon what remains of the steeding of the hill giant chieftain. The steeding itself is a roughly square-shaped edifice. From your position atop the hill, you can see there is a guard tower that still stands. There is a open courtyard toward the back of the fortress, relative to where you are. What do you wish to do?
I say we go forward and investigate. I will turn invisible.
Okay.
And fly.
Melfiel winks out of sight and takes to the air, unseen.
And I'll be above these guys to try to get up about 300-400 feet so I can maybe get a better view of what's going on.
Okay.
Perhaps you should scout and let us know what is there.
I'll buzz back down and be like, I think I'm going to go forward and see what's going on. Be back in a second.
Everyone else waiting as Melf darts forward invisibly.
Yeah, I'll fly forward.
This sounds good to Kelgor so far.
I'm sitting on the back of a chimera, so
All right.
I might attract unwanted attention. I think I'll hang back.
And I will hang away from the chimera.
As will I.
Kelgor, understand, was married once.
So as you approach, you see that the steeding is obviously long abandoned. The great timbers that form its outer wall have started to fall into disrepair. Here and there, the wall sags. It's on the verge of collapsing, but somehow retains just enough of its structure to avoid falling over. The great main gate that's set just below the watchtower hangs open. You don't see anything moving. You can see within that courtyard in the back, with the dying sunlight, there's the faint white gleam of bones scattered about it. There's also 2 holes where it looks like its peaked roof has fallen in. There's one hole roughly about in the middle of the structure, pretty large one, and then a smaller one sort of on the front right side. And it looks like the roof itself it's of the years of rain and snow and the change of the seasons haven't been kind to it. The hill giants were by no means master architects. It's probably more just the weight and mass of this place that's kept it standing.
Is it large enough for the hole? Is the hole large enough for me to fly down?
Easily, yeah.
Okay, then I'll just fly down, stay high, just go down enough to see and kind of take a quick circle around.
Okay.
So it's not levitation, it's flying, so I have to keep moving.
Got it. Which one do you want to go through? The large hole in the middle?
The
or
large hole in the middle, please.
All right. So looking in, you as you fly over it and start to descend and look in, you're treated with a grim sight. It's a large T-shaped chamber filled with overturned tables and chairs. There's a great throne, but that's minor details compared to the skeletons scattered all about this place. Atop the throne is a massive skeleton, still clutching an enormous club, a iron spear piercing through its rib cage, perhaps where this creature's heart would have been. It looks like it was a hill giant, but one of enormous size. There's a smaller second throne next to it, where there's another smaller skeleton with like long stringy hair still clinging to its skull, collapsed over. There's signs of an epic battle here. Pillars that hold the ceiling up, several of them have been destroyed. Looks like by you're a spellcaster, right?
Yes.
Clearly acid damage, cold, fire. Someone unloaded a large number of powerful spells and destroyed what looks like the bones just tumbled everywhere. A couple dozen hill giants and perhaps other giants too scattered about. The tables, it looked maybe it was once a fest hall, all scattered about, tossed about by the power of the spells.
Come back out, go back, land, and appear so that they can talk to me more easily and explain what I saw. A vast hall. It's been abandoned for many years. It's just skeletons and bones, but it was a site of a great battle. Obviously, powerful evocations were used, and there's the signs of much damage from various types of magics that are in there. But the bones and dust looks like it's been undisturbed for some time. It's been abandoned.
Do you know what the skeletons were?
Oh,
What
yes.
humanoids.
Hill giants.
Ah,
Hill giants.
so fighting amongst themselves.
Yes.
Unknown.
Unknown.
And the grounds out here are undisturbed. The grass is high.
Yeah, it's
There's
been a
no-
long time. Yeah. There's no real sign of anyone having traveled here. The Hill Giants built this place quite away from any of the caravan routes or main roads so that their strikes could go undetected. So, which is strange for Hill. At the time, that was what started to tip off the realms, that some other, much more intelligent force was guiding the brutish giants.
This
So-
place appears unused.
Yes, but Mordenkainen said that there's something deep within, I believe. So perhaps there is more than what appears here. Because I went to the center of it and I didn't see anything. Perhaps there's more to it beneath.
Maybe we should wake that up and ask it questions. Maybe it know.
Smart for an orc.
Smartest orc I know.
So, Melf, have you been to this region before? Did you
I have
when the
not.
Hill Giants were active? Did you adventure here?
I did not.
Okay.
Did not. Otis. I
Ah.
played Otis through here, yes, but not Melf. Melf came after this adventure, so this is new to me. As Melf. So I'm trying not to metagame at all. But yeah, let's go forward.
Do your gods tell you that there are evil here?
I can try to sense it, although I'm guessing there probably is. Can I sense?
You reach out with your sense of good and evil, and as you project your force outward, as it's with a 60-foot range or so,
Divine sense, yeah.
you get the sense almost like you're in a dark room reaching out, and you just brushed your hands against the scales of a great and massive creature that just stirred and moved. And as you go to reach, you can't feel it. There's something moving beyond the range of your power, but it's enormous.
I described that to everyone, just like you did. And I turn on the aura of protection in the 30-foot radius around all of us.
So what we seek is here. Let us be about it. Walk forward.
All right, everyone walking forward. All right, as you approach the steeding, its decaying walls looming large above you, 20 feet up, obviously to accommodate hill giants. The massive main gate lies open, and as you approach and look in, again, the sun now is setting in the west. The door is set facing the east, so it's pretty shadowy. But anyone with dark vision, which at least Melf would have, you can see that within the entry hall, what looks like it was a guard chamber, are two hill giant skeletons that look like they were hurled with great force against the far wall, many of their bones shattered. There's an overturned massive keg of ale, long since emptied, and scattered here and there are scavengers or looters, giant-sized capes and cloaks just tossed about. You can see also as you look in to the west, there's a set of double doors that stand open. And Melf, you recognize them as these look like double doors that headed into that main feasting chamber. With all the
I share that
skeletons.
knowledge.
These giant skeletons, they're bigger than medium size.
Oh, much bigger than medium size. They are size huge.
So they're like really big giants.
More than a mouthful for a chimera.
Let's check out the double doors.
All right. Walking in, you can see now as you enter, as it comes within range of your dark vision, there's a winding stair that heads up into the watchtower that's perched over the main, perched above this chamber. There's also two smaller doors to the right and to the left of that main large door heading into the feasting hall. But looking into the feasting hall, you can see, as Melf described, there are giant skeletons scattered everywhere, massive bones thrown askew, burn marks on the walls. Any of you who have spellcasting ability notice the telltale signs of acid that's burned into the wood. The lingering effects of like a cold magic being focused on wood, turning it brittle and snapping it, and popping it, causing as the water in the wood transforms to ice and causes it to burst outward. Must have been a great battle that took place here.
I'd like to use my divine sense to sense if there are undead anywhere near this.
All right, so as you reach out with your sense, again, it's like closing your eyes and reaching your hand out into an empty room, but everything here is very cold, and you feel a strange, almost like gravitational force pulling you downward. And you get a sense of vertigo, and then everything goes clear. As if you just touch something massive that just, despite its bulk and size, just nimbly moved just beyond the reach of your touch.
Something scaled, like he described.
Creepy,
Yours
isn't
felt
it?
more cold, wet.
Wet.
Do you share
Like
that
a dog
information, or like a dog nose?
Yeah, I fall down to one knee, and I said there was something cold and wet. But I don't know what it is.
It's not quite like anything you've encountered before.
Where do you feel this?
Down.
I look for a way down. Is there anything obvious?
No, there's looking from here, the floor here is bare earth. The hill giants just built on top of it. They're essentially the hillbillies of giant kind. So the floor here is just dirt, and you can see here the few plants growing in the
So
hole.
nothing sophisticated enough to hide.
No, though this is only, there are chambers beyond. There are the two side doors, and from here you can see there are doors to the east and west from the fest hall. There's another side door, but it hangs open. You can see it's just a side room that looked like it was also scoured with magic, and there's a few more hill giant skeletons, bones scattered about.
From the description that either of these gentlemen, Archon or the dwarf, have mentioned, I explored the Lost Temple of Thurisdan before, and I remember the cold, isolation, darkness. Does this resonate? Does this feel familiar? Does it sound familiar? Or I'm not really sure.
Is this demonic?
It's not quite. Who did you adventure with in the Lost Temple of Thurisdan?
I adventured. Melf went with Urav the Savage and a few other adventurers.
If there was a cleric or a paladin in your party, they may have described, and you would have seen also the magic.
Yes.
The strange otherworldly nature of Thurisdan. And hearing the two of them describe different experiences and the cold and the bleak darkness and the massive something indistinguishable moving. And Mordenkainen's words, though he did dance around the topic and perhaps knowing your background, tried to avoid tipping his hand overly much to not perhaps scare anyone off in this quest.
This is this.
Not that Mordenkainen come with.
This
Him stay at home.
This reminds me much
Geldor.
of the lost nameless one that shall slumber hopefully forever. Whisper Thurisdan very low.
Gesundheit.
Yeah.
When you whisper it, it's almost, as the words leave your mouth and everyone hears it, it sounds like it's echoes. Everywhere.
whispered again.
all around you.
Let's not do that.
It just seems like it's taking on a life of its own. The name is swirling, the echoes around you through, and then it darts to the right, to the east.
Let's go that way.
Bring it out so we can kill it.
Let's go that way. I suggest going to the east.
East.
Well,
Yes.
look.
I follow the sound and stick my head in that pathway.
All right.
Never stick head in first. Stick hand in first.
That's how you lose.
Orc wisdom.
You see a hill giant-sized passageway, so the ones you've been walking along, and there's a side door that hangs open. It's fallen off its frame long ago, just clattered to the floor. There's more signs of combat here. There's a skeleton slumped around the corner. But poking down where the whispers seem to run, there is a passageway, narrow, like 10 feet wide by human standards, but fairly cramped by giant standards, heading down. And you see, while this area everything is fallen to disrepair, the wood is rotting, it's falling apart. The wall here to your right, it'd be a chamber between sort of where you are and that main fest hall, is in pristine condition. And there is a door that is shut and shows no signs of decay or rot or wear. And the whisper seems to bounce in front of you as you see, and it fades.
Someone hire a contractor on the cheap. Only do one wall.
Are there any skeletons around that are not huge size?
Yeah, there actually is a couple. As you take a moment to sort of look, it looks as if they're orc skeletons.
Orcs.
And a couple ogre ones.
Orc, ogre, they're considered medium?
Ogres would be size large, orcs are size
Orcs are size medium. I'd like to animate dead.
All right.
Rise from your grave.
The
Always helpful.
That's an Easter egg. Thanks.
the skeletons shudder, and they rise up and salute you and stand ready.
Kneel before your master.
They walk forward and
Or
kneel.
take a step behind, Paladin.
Open the door.
They walk forward, and as they approach the door, they stop before it and reach out slowly as if a force is working against them. And then it knocks. Dump, dump, dump. And a shrill, hollow voice, "Mistress," from the skeleton. "Visitors." And the voice echoes in, "Send them in. The matron will see you." And the orc skeleton opens the door, and it's almost cowering before you. Opens the door, and you feel cold wash over you.
These words are in common.
They are uncommon. "It has been long since any have tread this ground. It has been long since I myself have looked upon this place. Come in, little ones. Come in, puny runts. Come in and speak of your trespass and why I should forgive it,
Does not sound welcoming.
or flee,
I take that puny personally.
or flee and
Yes, you
speak
are
not of
short.
this place to any else. The dead grow restless here."
Can I cast Holy Weapon
Sure.
on my +3 great axe?
All right. Your axe glows with holy power.
How far away is this door? If I have 60-foot night vision, can I see inside the room?
It's down the hall and on the side, so the hallway is only 10 feet wide, so you have to get pretty close to it to try to take a peek in.
Okay.
I emit light, by the way, for other people.
Work is, so it goes down the hallway and then turns to the right, is that right?
Oh no, it's down the hallway and the door's on the side.
Down door. Oh,
Yeah, it's
on the side door.
Yeah.
Can your chimera watch in different directions at the same time? Around corners?
Imagine it
Of
could.
course.
Good.
There are 3 heads.
Yeah.
What do you sense, dwarf?
Divine sense. Lots of evil. That's my guess.
As you reach out, you feel evil, but it's a spiteful, acidic evil. It's an evil that seeks revenge. It's not merely formless destruction or the evil of greed. It is the evil of one who has been wronged and seethes with hatred that can never be quenched. It's like reaching into a pool of acid that's bottomless. There's anger and hatred, but it's not directed toward you. You've just put your hand in there and feeling that
But it's
the burn.
righteous.
There's a righteous streak to it by its own eyes.
Tiamat is righteous. Yeah, look at it that way. Celestial fiend or undead?
Undead.
Well, if it's a fight that we're getting, then
Let's do some smiting.
it's not the worst thing that could happen.
What do you sense?
Undead.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how evil?
Way.
Way.
11.
Way.
Can you tell us the rest of that, or just undead?
I tell him everything.
Okay.
Perhaps the enemy of our enemy.
Is also our enemy.
No,
No.
no.
Or our
No,
friend.
that actually means the opposite. Oh. It could be our friend.
Right.
You hear suddenly a creaking noise of wood. Something moving back and forth. It takes you a moment, and then you realize it's the sound of a rocking chair. A large one.
I have to see.
It's time to go
I get sleepy.
down the stairs.
Let's go.
Or down through the door, I should say.
Yeah, to the door?
Who's
Okay.
in the lead?
I'll go first.
I'll go next.
Unless
Can we
somebody else
go
wants
too,
to.
Can we go too wide?
Too
Yeah.
wide?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's 10 feet wide.
And stay close.
be right back.
Except, yeah,
I'll
you
be in the
would.
middle
You would.
with a
Yeah, I was going to say,
Chimera,
he takes
you
up
wanna
an
take the lead?
entire...
I'll take the lead.
All
Right.
right. We'll
We'll
put
walk
you
in.
in.
So-
Mary up the rear.
Walk
Is
in.
the
Well, technically the orc,
Which is
the undead orc is in the lead.
Okay.
is
Is it still
tall
operating?
ceiling still or
Yeah.
We're going to name this undead orc Romero.
Romero, all right. Nice reference.
Oh, him Italian. Love it.
I will fly up if we see any bad guys, so I can just
Ramiro
attack
of
from above and you
Monroeville
guys can
can be his.
front.
Yes.
That is, man.
Thank you very much.
That's
Yes.
my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Archon entering the room, your Chimera, and you see in the room, it's about 50 feet long, 40 feet wide. This looks like it was some sort of sitting room. There's a table that's been thrown up against the wall. There are no skeletons in here, but instead there is a desiccated hill giant woman wearing what may have once been very fine clothes, withered, skin wrinkled, shriveled, long hair now white, and she's sitting in a rocking chair,
Giant rocking chair.
giant rocking chair, rocking back and forth. And she looks upon you, looks down on you. A dragonborn coming into this domain of giants. If my son had listened to my counsel, this insult never would have been endured. This place never would have fallen, but they were treacherous! They would not listen to me. They would not listen to the wisdom. They would not abide by the ordning. They took counsel with elves! Once our folk fought, but we fought with honor. And we fought knowing our place in the ordning. And we would have defeated you if not. Enough there of the old legends. I have awoken, and I sit amidst the ruins of my people, in the room in which I was betrayed for mere baubles of gold. Who are you, Seeker, and what do you want of this place?
War is over.
For now,
Wasn't it enough to imprison my queen?
no, not until all 5 of her heads hang upon the halls of the All-Father. Then that shall be enough. But those are the times of legend. Now is perhaps a time of a new legend. What do you seek?
Well, perhaps we could unite our forces. You speak of elves. Perhaps we could help you in finding these elves.
They are long gone, killed by the ones who slew me, when my people betrayed me. When the ladies in waiting of this place, they called me cruel. I merely spoke with the words of the old ways that they refused to heed. When the puny ones, such as yourself, came, they sided with them. They turned against me. The only one in this God's forsaken place who kept to the old ways. And now look upon all of them. Nothing but bones, nothing but bones.
You're not much more.
I was not much more until the call from below. The fane they found. And then the elves came. They have returned. Not the elves. The power. Something from below.
What is this power you speak of, and where is it?
It is here, and it is beyond. It slumbers, but it stirs now. Something prods it.
Something that must be extinguished.
Drow.
Keldor, I have a question. So, when you say below, you mean like physical below, like basement? Or you mean like metaphysical below?
Yeah. This is why we enslaved your people, half-orc. Such thoughts, I am sure, pain your head unbearably.
Well, I am world's greatest consulting detective.
I am sure you are. It is in the basement below, where we delved and found the accursed altar that drew the dark elves to this place and corrupted my son. He still lays now upon his throne, killed by puny mortals such as yourself.
So who's going to turn this creature to dust? Put her back where she belongs.
If that is what you wish, so be it. Release me from the clutches of this earthly bond. I slumbered for many years.
It's time for some more rest. I pull my great axe, which has been turned into a holy weapon and has many, many pluses on it beyond my reckoning. And I move forward to engage.
Okay. She makes no move to defend herself.
Oh, okay. I take her head off.
All right. One blow.
That's sort of a great leap in the air. Jumping on the as it's rocking, sort of catching it as it's on the bottom, and it does the up, and it went up.
You, with one mighty blow, you sever her head from her body, sending it bouncing in the corner and clattering to the floor. And where it lands, perfectly positioning itself to look upon you, her eyes still look upon you. I am afraid it will take more than that to put me to my final sleep. His power is great. If this is all the might you can marshal...
How about a cleansing touch?
Do what you will so long as the altar stands.
All
All right, we got our work cut out for us.
right, let's go.
You stay here, honey. We'll be back.
You will be... There's a rumble suddenly beneath you. A tremor.
Yeah, time's not on our side.
No. Where is this basement entrance?
You shall find stairs down in the kitchen, I believe. I do not know. The slaves, and she gestures at you, perhaps they will remember. Somewhere back, the recesses of their... What is left of them, their bones may still remember. You, she points at one of the skeletons. Fool. Fetch supplies from below. You see the skeleton, though despite your magic compelling it, it can't help but cower before her and start to scuttle. Looks at you pleadingly as if seeking permission.
Go on.
It scuttles forward like a whip dog. How many skeletons do you have control of? Just the one? Or?
Just the one so
Okay,
far.
yeah. So like a whip dog, it stumbles forward and looks back over its shoulder and gestures to you. It leads you across the main fest hall, through double doors, and beyond into what looks like a kitchen. And it gestures and points to a door that stands open, and you see what looked like may have once been a storage room. The kitchen's been thoroughly trashed. It looks like there was once counters here, a fire pit, all of it smashed, destroyed, looted thoroughly. The stairs, as you come around the corner, you feel wafting cold breeze. It feels like it just passes right through your bodies. The hair, if you have hair, the scales on the back of your neck all stand on end. And you feel a strange sense of vertigo and a massive great distance. It's as if the stairway, as you see it, is just receding far, far into the distance. And then after a moment, the illusion's broken and it just stands there heading down into the darkness.
How big is this entrance?
It's 10 feet wide.
Oh, good. I call for the orc skeleton. You
Shambles over.
first.
And it bows down and scuttles down the steps. And as you're watching it go, it's almost as if it disappears. It goes into the darkness and is just gone.
I can't penetrate it with my infravision.
Now you realize there's a wall of darkness, maybe about 20 feet down the steps.
I command it to come back.
It shambles back up.
One second. Hold on a second. Ah, shit. Chimeras can't speak Draconic. All right.
What do you want to
Can't
say
you just
to it?
whisper to it?
No, I can't speak to an undead skeleton.
Oh, damn.
It's mindless.
Yeah.
Do you want to say something to your chimera?
No, I just wanted to know. I was hoping you could go through and come back and tell me what it saw.
I tell the chimera in my ability as a monk to speak all tongues. He wishes you to go down into the darkness and return. Will you do this?
Well, I can command it. No problem. It's just a matter of it communicating with me once it went back through the void.
It can. I can understand it.
Okay, I dismount
All right.
and I say, Asoyano. What's his name? Asoyano. Go down through the portal and then come back and tell this man what you saw.
All right. It plunges forward, the lion head sniffing, the dragon head growling, looking, the goat head just chilling, being a goat head. I don't know what an angry goat does, but the
Butts.
It screamed like man.
it crawls down, prowls down, disappears into the darkness. And after a moment, you hear a tumult, and it comes charging back up, snarling, looking down, and it says to you, "Darkness,
Darkness.
gray,
Gray.
all gray."
All gray.
And I mean, it's what's the Chimera's intelligence? I'm trying to. It doesn't get like poetic.
I'll tell you. 3.
3. Okay. Okay. So there's
Not that smart.
bad. Like it's.
Are we sure it portal and not just, magical darkness?
You expected it to describe strawberry fields?
Maybe.
There's something beyond this portal that needs to die.
Fine. I will. I'll walk forward
All right.
into the darkness.
So you walk forward, and as you approach the darkness, it's disconcerting. Your dark vision, it just stops. And as you walk through it, there's a sense of vertigo as if you're tumbling, and you are in a passageway. It looks like just the passageway you're in, but everything is just in shades of gray, and everything's very cold. It's a cold that feels like it's pushing against your skin.
I follow him immediately with Orc Asoyano
All right.
on the back.
You push, and you see the same thing.
So
we
it's the,
I'll follow behind.
Yeah, I'll follow behind as well.
the negative energy plane.
The chamber you see before you looks like it is of stone giant construction. It's a large room, 60, 70 feet on each side. There's a passage to your right, along with a door, and 2 doors straight ahead. Everything here is just washed out. Everything is just gray. It feels like everything's just pushing into you. And then you see ripples, and you can see the chamber, but it looks like the passageway to your right, it's maybe 10 feet and then ends in darkness. And Melf, you could have sworn as you kind of came in and looked that something was moving and just darted into the darkness.
Okay.
Could you give me a wisdom perception check?
Ooh, first roll. 27.
Okay, so you saw
That's a natural 20, though.
Yes.
good omen. So as you walk, with your keen senses and a finely honed sense of experience, having adventured many dangerous places like this before, the slightest movement catches your eye, and you see what looks like a tendril, like a tentacle, being pulled back into the darkness, as if something was watching and just retreated.
All right. Whoever, you're right behind me. Archon.
Something I forgot to tell you. I hate fucking tentacles.
You're gonna have a bad day down that corridor. There was an ugly, nasty, purplish black tentacle. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. The entire party shuffles in, walking in on your guard, as all of you enter this. So I assume you're moving in like a tight marching formation.
I'm in the middle in order so that the aura of protection
Got it.
covers
how wide?
everybody.
Carter is 20 feet wide.
Oh,
Well, it's 20 feet wide, so
Yep.
I can have Chimera with something
Yeah, you
next
can
to me.
do. Yeah. Anyone?
Aura of courage is also 30
Okay.
foot to keep from. being
I
frightened.
also have an aura of protection,
Yep.
which is that stackable?
Yeah,
If they're the same aura, they're not. If they're different auras, they would stack.
What's your bonus?
it's 30 feet. Oh, it's save plus 3.
I have a +4, but I'm 10 feet.
So use the higher of the two.
How high are the ceilings here?
Ceiling here is 20, 25 feet.
Okay. So could I fly above these guys?
Yeah.
All right. I will be a second. I'll be up higher than these guys, and I think who's the next toughest fighter who wants to go in line? Okay.
I'm a tank.
So you guys up there, and I'll be.
Right, so on
I'll watch our
above.
back just in case.
in the back.
I'll bring
We're in the
him
front.
Rear.
Yeah, you're in
Middle
front of me.
He's
I'm
in front of me.
Right.
Yeah, in front of him.
Got it.
Chimera
Okay.
with me on the
You
back.
need it.
Okay.
Actually, I've got a
The
whiteboard, so
dwarf
I can just
and I'll be
mark all
above.
this
You
down.
got a whiteboard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, yeah.
I've got
Magical Mearls whiteboard.
exactly my little.
All right, so
And so then I've got Arthur Paladin up front, Fighter in the back, the Monk, Melf above,
Call me
Ryan,
Griff.
and our Cleric.
they call me Mr. Griff. Mr. Griff.
All right.
Your worst nightmare. It's very short.
Making your way in this formation toward the hallway to head down it.
Yeah.
All right. As you approach, the darkness it's not receding. Your dark vision just sort of stops there. And as you're walking forward, true to Melf's keen eyes, suddenly a number of tendrils whip out, reaching out toward you. Let's roll initiative.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, now my dice betrayed me.
This die fired.
I saw it, but that's as good as it gets.
So where's my...
So let's see where it's on this.
Do I roll separately for the Chimera?
Yeah.
Your
60.
So starting over here, initiative
0.
0.
where's your deck?
17.
17. What's our initiative for Melf?
6.
6. What over here for our half orc?
It's about right in front. What's killing your initiative?
I don't know. Somebody's
Kelgor's
killing-
initiative?
Someone's killing my initiative bonus.
Okay.
That's okay.
We like that.
And, Griff, what'd you get for initiative?
16.
16. Kelgor, what'd you get?
9.
9. And Archon?
Asoyano, 19,
Okay.
and Archon, 17.
17. Okay. With a 22, the tentacles will strike first. So the highest party initiative is 19.
Tentacles, or are these more than 2?
Oh, it's more than 2.
Are they coming from every direction or general direction?
Just from the darkness in front of you.
This is not demo.
So they reach out toward you, grasping at each of you. So it's going to be one attack against each of you. There's essentially one tentacle for each of you. So I'll start over here. These will be, and they're just grasping at you blindly. So against our cleric, does it 12 presumably misses? Put your armor on today.
Presumably, yes. Yeah.
Against our monk, a 16.
No.
Against Melf, 23.
That hits.
All right, the hit against Melf. So that is going to be 22 necrotic damage. And then could you give me a strength saving throw?
20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
So the tentacle reaches for you, grasps at you. You feel necrotic energy flow into you, and it tries to pull you back, but you're able to stand your ground. With the magic of your fly spell, you're able to just propel yourself back and break its hold on you. Attack against Archon. It's gonna be only a 16.
No.
Against the Chimera, a natural 1. Against Griff, 13. And against Kelgor, a 16. All right, my dice. Not doing so well. You guys are going to go on break. All right, so the tentacles reach at you. Melf struck. Necrotic energy flows into him, injuring him. And then we come around. It is the Chimera, actually. 19 is going to go first.
Okay.
Let's
That's
get
15-foot cone of fire. How many tendrils can I hit?
Whoosh. You can get essentially the full mass of tentacles that are reaching out towards you. What's my saving throw on that?
DC 15.
All right, 15. That's going to be higher, so I need... it will make the saving throw. As the fire roars toward them, again, the fire, its color, it's gray and muted. It's not giving off any warmth, but it does hurt it. The tentacles rear back, but you still catch it for half damage on a successful save.
Okay. 7d8. 15 plus 6, 21, 22.
All right.
Half 11.
So the fire roars over it, and despite the sort of the muted feeling of it, the tentacles rear back, and you can see they are taking damage. Smoke billows off of them. And I have 2 characters on 17, Archon and
Well,
Armonk.
also, he has 3 attacks, so he has that will take the place of that takes the place of his horns.
Got
so
it.
He still has a bite and a claw.
Go for it.
Okay, great. That's going to be a 14 and then a nat 20.
Nat 20 will hit. That'll be a critical hit. So the 14 misses, but the crit, it's at the bite. One of the bite attacks just grabs hold of one of the tentacles. It's like ripping and tearing at it.
Double dice.
Yep.
What's this thing?
10 plus 6, that's 16 plus 4, 20. 20 points of biting damage. Piercing.
All right. The tentacle pulls back into the darkness. Thick gray ichor dripping from the wound and pooling on the floor below it. So then we have a tie for up next on 17. So either Archon or Armonk, whoever wants to go.
Yeah? Okay. I would like to rage.
All right. And rage you shall.
All right, so that's my bonus action. I have to rage on the first turn. Now I'm going into... I will reckless frenzy rage.
Got it.
As well. That's going to be 29 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit.
Okay, great. I'm going to...
Anything above 20 will hit, just so
Great.
you guys know. If you
I'll
go
give it
above
a-
20s, just give me the damage.
I'll give it a second level.
All right.
Smite, so... Okay, 8, 10. Okay, 20. 46.
All right. So with a mighty blow, as you and you're riding Chimera, right?
I'm riding the Chimera.
Right.
Yeah.
So as your mount lunges forward, the tentacle that its bite, crit, and grasped is just perfectly set up for you to reach to with your weapon, just cleave right through it and channel energy through it, and the energy just flows down the stump of the tendril, and you hear a keening wail somewhere deep in the darkness. The tentacles rear back. It's badly injured, but it's still fighting.
Okay.
Still threatening you.
Great.
So the rest of your attacks.
Again. That's going to be a 21, so that's a hit. Let's channel. We'll go with a first level divine smite. Is this thing undead?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's a being of negative energy.
Okay.
It never lived in the first place. So.
Okay. 10, 24. 24. That's going to be 40 points of damage.
All right. More of the tentacles. It's like reaping wheat. You're chopping through more tentacles as you start following up your attack. Reach around and use your weapon towards. You're fighting you have an axe, right?
And it's radiant. Yeah. It's an axe. And I'm hitting with the hand of Vecna, so there's cold damage.
So it's just each blow sends a tentacle flying. More tentacles though emerge from the darkness to threaten you, but you're hacking your way through them. There's several severed ones scattered about you.
Okay.
Anything else?
2 attacks bonus. No, I think I'm done.
Okay. So you see the creature now, it's still reaching out, but it doesn't have quite the same force and ferocity behind it. It's almost like it's slowly trying to execute a defensive retreat. What do you wish to do?
I am primarily guarding him because I don't think humans are meant to see these horrors. And in doing so, I'll only attack what comes near him.
Got
so
it.
I'll wait for the attack, and if there's something that comes, then I'll deal with it.
Got it. So basically, ready in action. If he gets attacked, you want to intercept the attack. Sounds great. All right, so that was on 17. On 16, over to here to Griff.
So I have a holy weapon, and so I would like to use as a bonus action. I can dismiss the spell and cause the weapon to emit a burst of radiance. On a failed save, a creature takes 4d8 radiant damage and is blinded for 1 minute.
Okay.
So that will be in addition to the two normal attacks.
So do you want to do that first? Because if it is blinded, you will have advantage on your
Yes.
subsequent attacks.
So,
Okay.
so I'm blessed. So I'm blast it with the radiance of the holy.
Okay. What kind of saving throw is that?
Just says you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Save, okay. So you channel the energy, and it's like trying to walk into the face of a gale force wind. Like the light reaches out, and you see the darkness just pushing against it, but your holy energy is able to pierce through like a spear, drive into it. It will fail the saving throw with a natural 1. So as your energy pierces through, for a moment, just for a moment, you can see the darkness is pushed back, and you see this horrid, undulating sphere of pure darkness with tentacles emerging from it. And tentacles, there's a T intersection ahead of you. It looks like it's at the base of the intersection, and there's just tentacles emitting from it in every direction. And then that's just an absolute split second, but it's just seared into your minds, that image. And then the light is devoured by the darkness. But it is blinded, and go ahead and roll your damage.
So that's 48. Another D8. That is 9 plus 15.
People at home, there's complex math going on right now. We're at very high levels, so don't talk shit in the chat.
15.
A lot of dice. Just bear with us while we count this. You play at level 18 every day.
24.
There.
It's hard at level 18.
There you go.
It's hard to get there, and it's hard to stay there.
Okay, and blinded.
Yep, and it is blinded.
And I've got my regular attacks.
Yeah, and these attacks will be at advantage, because you notice as the energy blasts into it, the tentacles go from just like, they're pouring out, reaching out toward you. Archon's attack has forced them back, but now it's as if they've lost track of you. They're just reaching out, flailing at the walls, at the floors, reaching out toward you at random. So all of your attacks are at advantage, and it attacks with disadvantage now. So go ahead and make your 2 attacks.
Okay, so the first attack, and this is with the improved divine smite.
No, roll it again. You're at advantage, so you can roll 2d20.
Yep, you roll twice, take die.
I get to roll twice. Yes.
Get those natural ones out of the way.
Okay, so that's 20. Wait, that's 31.
That'll hit. Yep. Anything above a 20 on this creature will hit it. So go ahead. If you
Okay.
see you're getting anything that's above a 20,
And
just go ahead
then-
and give me your damage.
To begin with, it's this plus 10, which is a 12.
right.
Okay.
22 plus a total of 6d8.
Okay.
Can I borrow?
Would you like to borrow
I'll just keep-
some
I'll keep-
D8s?
Yeah, I'll
go
just
for it.
keep them.
Take whatever
I'll
you
just,
like.
I'll just go like this. I'll
Take
roll.
them.
Kilgore make note to self. No make short jokes
Okay,
to
let's see where
dwarf.
this goes.
Unless dwarf drunk, possibly asleep.
20, 29.
29 plus 7, so that's
36.
36.
All right, and that's from the smite. And that's actually, for those following at home, it's actually good. It's a good idea if you're playing high levels to try to make math easier, like to do the weapon damage separate, then do the effects. So you can just do that math, don't worry about it. And then, like, I don't know if you noticed, I said, hey, it's AC 20 or higher hits, so you know you have to do the math. You're like a 15, you're going to hit. So anything you can do to get around the sort of calculus of the
crunchy parts,
table.
the
Yeah,
maths.
exactly. The price of power is you have to do a lot of math.
There's a lot of addition in this game. Sometimes we subtract.
Once in a while. All right, so that was your first attack. It is still here.
Wait.
The tentacles are still, so you get your second attack. As you hack through more of them, they can't see you. It's obvious. So it's just like shooting ducks in a shooting fish in a barrel. One would not put ducks in a barrel. Yeah, that would be just.
So I'm an advantage, so I still get to do this
still
twice.
advantage. Yep.
A natural 19
All right, that's gonna
plus
hit.
16, that will hit.
Yep.
So d12. 2, so it's 12, then
Doing another smite.
another smite. I smite thee. Not as smitey as I might like.
Okay, so that's 10, and then you've got plus 11, 21, plus 3, 24.
nine.
All right.
Plus
Nine.
24, plus 9, 33.
30.
All right. So as you stride forward, hacking through these tentacles, they're trying to pull back, and you notice is your what kind of weapon? You have a great
It's a
axe.
great axe.
So you're hacking one after another. You notice there's one larger one that's just trying to retreat back. It's not making any effort to attack, and just in a moment of inspiration, you leap past the other lurking tentacles, slam your weapon into that one, split it open, and the entire thing shudders and collapses into dark black slime that covers the floor. It just oozes out from the darkness. And all
Yes!
is quiet.
Hit it in the brain pan. Good job.
But that wall of darkness still
still pervades.
Still there. You saw with the smite spell that dispelled it for just a brief moment. There's a passageway heading, a T intersection ahead of you.
Let's move.
I'm there
Let's go.
already, so.
Do we have to
Okay.
move through the sludge to
I was going to
get?
say.
You'll have to walk through it. Yeah.
Who has mop? Anyone? Anyone?
Is there enough room for a chimera to fly over?
Yeah, the ceiling here is pretty high.
Okay,
It's
so I
25
grab-
feet or so.
Well, I'll make my undead orc walk through it. I don't care.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna grab or whoever's next to me.
Yeah, I can
you guys
fly.
are close.
You can
Oh, you
fly.
can fly?
Yeah, I can
Oh,
fly.
I'll grab you.
I'm gonna,
Caliber can fly.
I'm gonna
Grab
touch
him.
him and do cure wounds for 16 health.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
He needs it.
You touch him, I grab you, pick him up,
All right.
and we fly over
I can
there.
lift him probably and fly if we need
Yeah,
to.
you can
so-
probably-
All
I
right,
got
I'll grab
plane on,
you.
but I'm light otherwise.
Thanks for the heal.
Who needs a ride?
Exactly.
All right, so I think that means everyone, because you can fly. You have a magic item. So okay, cool. So all of you fly down the passage, heading down toward the T over that sort of sludge. And you can see it's mainly sort of in the passage you're heading down. And once you get to the T, it clears up. And as you enter the darkness, it's as if essentially you have a short area around you that you can see. Once you're in the darkness, you can look back over your shoulder and you can still see the chamber behind you. But after it's about 10 feet away, that while the darkness comes back into view, you can only see about 10 feet ahead of you in any direction. So in this area with the high ceilings, if you're flying, you actually can't see the floor.
Even
'Cause
with
it's
the holy
up.
weapon?
Even with the holy weapon.
How far can I see his holy weapon? The light from it.
It's just filling this sort of
It's only
sphere.
10 feet away, and then it starts to
Graze,
blink out.
Just graze out.
Yep.
I want to say that I use this moment while we're flying to drink a potion of vitality to take away my exhaustion.
Got it. All right, so you're reinvigorated.
It
And
might be worth doing a fire shield for warmth. It's kind of cool down here,
It's-
right?
yeah,
so I'm
it's
going to go ahead
cold.
and fire shield warmth.
it's as if it's like something just has you like in a frozen hand, just is clutching you and just slowly squeezing you. It's uncomfortable. You're not taking any damage yet, but you can feel it just pushing against you. There's this sense of, it's a cold unlike any you've felt. It's not like the cold of winter's day. It's the cold of the void, of just annihilation.
And how is
nothingness.
sound reacting down here?
It's a little echoey, a little tinny. Everything just feels off.
But it's still relatively directional. We can find each other in the darkness.
Yeah, everything just feels, all your senses just feel like there's something in them. The air smells just strange. You just can't quite place it. It's as if it's something, that sense of deja vu lingering in the back of your mind. Like you think you can't ever quite place what this might be reminding you of. And so you fly down and come to the T intersection. The passages here narrow. The one had been 20 feet. These two side passages are both 10 feet wide.
Okay.
So right and left.
Can we tell whether it's north, south, or just right and left? And
We'll just do right and left. yeah.
Okay, got it.
Divine sense, 60 feet. Do I sense undead, celestial, fiend, consecration, desecration, good, evil?
You feel a great sense of something has desecrated the world here. As if something has just like punched a hole through reality. And that hole is just drawing everything in. And that might be that strange sense you're feeling of that cold that has you in its grip, that's trying to crush you.
Is there, is there any, so Archon has meditated with the hand of Vecna and visited Vecna on this alternate plane where Vecna has attempted to pick his brain as Archon tries to figure out how to unlock the power of the hand. Is there anything? Am I getting any sort of sense when I use my divine? Am I feeling anything that might be reminiscent of one of those mental tete-a-tetes?
It reminds you once when you're there. Do you have a vision of Vecna, like as if you are talking to each other, like in a
Yeah, he
physical
shows up.
vision?
Well, I mean, I fought against him.
Yeah.
He had a form, obviously, but
Yeah.
but I meet him on this plane. It's kind of like Under the Skin. Did you see that movie?
No.
It's you should check it
Put on
out.
the
It's great. But anyway, for people at home that are watching, but yeah, it's basically like a black void,
Okay.
like shiny, like just.
There was one time you were speaking with him, and you're going back and forth, and he's always blustering. He's Vecna. He's the mightiest as far as he's concerned. It's only a matter of time. But there was one time when he was pontificating, maybe as he kind of sometimes he's old, so you have to maybe kind of
rambles on.
Yeah, he rambles sometimes. He was listing off the different entities he had met, and then he caught himself, and there's the one, the chained one, and then he got a look of fear. Maybe one of the very few times you have seen Vecna display anything other than complete bravado or courage or confidence. And he quickly tried to cover it, but you're able to pick it up from him.
The chained one.
Which is a name when you mentioned the
That's-
name.
I knew exactly what you're
So
saying.
he
here.
said the chained one. What do
So
we
I
do? We
open my
recognize
eyes.
that?
Yeah, I concentrate from this divine sense, the 5 heads of Tiamat come up and come out of my hand, and then the spirit of Tiamat comes back in through my arm, and I open my eyes and I say, the chained one.
Anyone,
It is as I feared.
anyone wants to can make a intelligence religion check or an intelligence arcana check.
Won't be good, but we'll make it. Yeah.
I'm a paladin with like a 0 religion.
Literally roll a 0.
11.
Pretty sure I know everything about this.
Where's the modifier for that?
Okay, so
Natural one.
religion
I got a
plus
smooth
No, plus
10.
0.
10.
So
7.
7?
22.
Okay, here we go. Our elf is a scholar, though. So thinking back, and when with your revelation, you have heard stories. So what you know of the inner planes. If you were to go to the plane of elemental fire, there's the sea of burning oil, there's the city of brass, and what planar travelers would call going deeper into the plane of fire. It's not really a directional. It's not like you just start going north and eventually you find it. It's like traveling through another dimension of time and space. It's going into deeper into what the fundamental element of fire is. If you go deep enough into it, you eventually come into the elemental chaos, where all the elements mingle unchecked. Some believe that that same principle applies to the plane of negative energy and the plane of positive energy. That somewhere deeper beyond them, there are other realms that you can count on generously 2 hands the number of living entities that have ventured to either of those realms and returned. So the idea that there's something even further and deeper beyond. And you have, based on your past experience, you suspect that, and from what you're seeing, that if he is here, he may be coming from a place even deeper and far more removed from this reality than where even Vecna would dare to travel.
We need Ant-Man.
So what you're saying is that there are these particles, like basically it's like if you break the particles down, all of us, it turns into a wave. Like it's a similar, like if you go into the element of fire, there's something beyond the fire or something that's fueling the fire. And there's something beyond that. There's something beyond that. And the further you get beyond, the harder it is to come back. Vecna can only go to a certain place, or only dares to go to a certain place. This thing will go further.
So it's like a quantum level.
Yeah. Which might, some say you go deep enough and you'll emerge in an even a different world, a different cosmos. That might be one of the bridges to other worlds. And perhaps that is where Thurisden... You didn't say it, I did.
There we go. Yeah.
Where he is kept, or he slumbers.
Is that a name that just popped into our heads?
Well, it had come up.
I had uttered it once ill-advisedly.
Yeah. That's what led to the echoes of the matron.
Can you give us any more background?
What is this chained one?
This is a great and powerful deity that is strange and unknown and is Lovecraftian sort of in its origins.
What is this Lovecraft you speak of?
Is from great... Yeah.
It is neither love nor craft.
And he seeks to destroy the world and engage it in utter blackness and...
Negate all life.
Yes.
We must destroy it.
or run other direction.
Yeah. It's said that every other end of the universe perhaps leads to the creation of a new universe. But if not Vecna, if the Chained One was to end the universe, he would pull it, reach his tendrils out and grasp all of it and pull it into his prison.
So
he would
more
not
like
return.
Singularity
Yeah.
in space.
You are a smart one.
So, like, what Schwarzschild radius on Terra is doing?
Smartest orc I've ever seen.
Well, I did fumble my roll, so.
Was what we fought a partial manifestation of this?
I have never seen anything like that before. I don't believe, but it was.
Ugly,
Yeah.
you don't understand it.
So you got over 20. So it could be a creature. It could just be a manifestation of the dimensions shifting and twisting and turning. That it might just be like a localized phenomena. I mean, it's impossible to say. No one's ever ventured to this realm and
But
returned.
it seems sentient, what we were fighting.
It was reacting to, yeah.
Does it have a weakness?
Not that I've discovered. Well,
Well, hitting it very hard
Good.
with the axe helped.
determined good party here to slay it with the,
Yeah, swords and spells have worked in the past. As someone who
Yes.
looted the Forgotten Temple of
Yes,
Wisdom,
yes.
as you experienced yourself.
We had to take there were some items that we had to use to protect ourselves, including, there was obviously a temple dedicated to the one who was chained. And we had to don these heavy robes that covered all of our body and take thuribles with special incense in them and wave it before us to help condition the environment so that we could survive.
Great. And you've got a bunch of that incense on you right now.
It was decades ago.
Damn it.
You are much younger than you look, or older than you seem. I don't know.
Well, the temple, we have to search whatever this altar.
Yes. We must find it. We must press forward.
All right.
You sensed something?
Left, right.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any direction for my divine
It
sense.
feels like it's to the left.
That's what I... Okay, let's
go
go left.
Right.
Obviously someone with a higher wisdom score than the rest of us.
So you make your way down the passage, and again, it just feels like that. You have the sense almost as if that radius of light is shrinking with each step.
Do we still have our undead skeleton?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
he's still cowering
He's
and
still
walking, and keeps
marching ahead.
looking back at
He's
you.
moving ahead. It's basically
Our canary-
saves us from
He's our
having to
canary
look
in
for
the coal
traps.
mine.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's an old trick I picked up in the tomb forest.
I was going to say,
That's a very good tactic.
I like to use hobbits for that. Yeah.
Hey, hobbits, let's not cross the IT
Sorry,
stream there.
halflings.
Also footstools.
What are these hobbits?
That's a brown box
What are these
reference.
hobbits?
Yeah, it's a brown box. Yeah.
Yeah, hobbits.
So you make your way down. With each step, it feels like the darkness grows closer and closer. But you see, if you look at this flagstones, you know that it's a bare earth floor here, but it takes a moment to keep reminding yourself it's not coming closer. But there's just that sense in the back of your mind. You're all experienced warriors. You haven't felt panic in years. It's an old feeling that it's clawing at the back of your mind. You feel like this may be the first time you stepped on the battlefield, if you remember. It's just coming back. And it just, you have to, every few steps, each of you, trying to keep as calm as possible in front of your comrades.
And remember, we are the Aura of Courage is kind of
It
helping
is
us from
sustaining you. It's like a gentle hand on your
gibbering.
back, helping you keep moving forward. The passage, you head to the, it's to the east. Then it turns, you see ahead of you a collapsed passage, but there is a side passage to the southeast. Continue down there.
A side passage, you said to the southeast, is that left or right?
That'd be to the right.
Okay.
And the passage ahead is collapsed. You see stone and rubble.
Okay.
You keeping the map?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Your dad taught you well.
All right, so we'll turn right.
Yep. And if you head down that passage, again, similar, there's a side passage to your right, and the straight ahead passage has collapsed. Melf, to your eyes, it looks like someone must have thrown a pretty powerful spell, maybe fireball down this area and caused the passage to collapse ages ago. It's dusty down here.
Okay.
It feels as if that force, that rent in reality is down this side passage. You could feel it pulling. And even
Down
with
to
you-
the right again.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let's head right.
All right. Heading down that passage, you get that sense again of the darkness closing in around you, that your tiny little globe of light, maybe in one of you, it feels like you're sitting in a fragile glass globe that any moment the pressure of the darkness on it could just shatter and devour all of you. Each step bringing you closer and closer, deeper down the passage, until the passage widens before you, and you find yourselves in what looks like a temple. From what you can see, there's just sort of the globe of light in front of you. But at this end, you see to the east, which would be to your left as you enter the chamber, a passage that curves around and then beyond sight into the darkness. You see on the wall here thick robes, including hoods, arranged on pegs. And then there's the darkness beyond to the
This
west.
looks very familiar to me.
Looks very familiar.
These are the robes that you must wear that will protect you from the environment. And we look, there should be thuribles, chains with these sconces on them that we would light and wave.
Yep.
I did bring incense.
We don't have to say Iesu Domine.
And if you do inspect, you can see hanging next to them, sort of in the behind the robes. Now, everything up to this point has been old, battered, worn down. These robes look brand new. They've been crafted recently.
Any short ones?
Yeah, there's some dwarf-sized ones.
Anything wearing these robes won't survive in that room. Is that what you're saying?
If you don't wear these robes, you will, the cold will kill you.
Well, we don't have a choice.
Yeah. How many of them are there?
There's 10.
Okay. No need to draw straws or fight over them.
Okay. I put one of them on my orc.
Okay.
I dress him up.
Just
I put one on.
Yeah, we'll don the robes.
okay.
Yeah.
Load up some thuribles here and kind of.
What about your chimera? I mean, obviously the robes won't fit a
Yeah,
creature that
it's
large
gonna be
and
tough.
non-humanoid.
No. This isn't a situation where I can put a little robe over the dragon's head, one over the goat head, one on the lion head.
Little
If
cats
you
in
take
Japan.
specialty in weaving, you can wait. Give me a second.
Probably
Give me
more
a-
enough.
7, 8, 9, 10. There's
You wanna
one
poly-
for each head.
Polymorph 'em?
Take-
Oh, that's an idea.
Polymorph him into.
Whatever you want.
Something-
You put them in your pocket if you
halfling.
want.
Wow. What should we polymorph him into? Like a.
He'll get a saving throw. So,
familiar.
the magic may not work because he's not intelligent and cooperative, but
Like,
He'll be
like maybe a
cooperative.
little
Yeah,
mouse.
you can-
Stick it in
Oh,
your
oh,
pocket.
oh,
If you command him to, yeah,
Control.
you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't you make him into like a tiny red dragon?
Let's make him into a. Let's see. What? Oh, God. I'm trying to remember in Dragonlance. When the dragons transform into human form, did they have breath weapons and things like that? No, they're just.
Yeah.
When you polymorph, you have the abilities of what you transform into. You
Yeah.
lose the ability, but so like you don't get a fire breath no matter what you polymorph into. Is that correct?
It depends on the nature of the spell.
Yeah.
So if you're using with this we can.
This
I
is
can
an
take
18th level.
I'll take a look at this
I'm a
spell.
12th level caster.
12. So it would be a 12th level. What level?
4th level spell.
4th level
Polymorph.
spell,
Yeah.
but it goes by level, correct? Translates into CR.
There should be a higher level polymorph that lets you give.
Yeah.
You give him those
All right, I'm
abilities.
pulling out the animal list.
I'm not that cool though. I'm a split class. So.
Just tell me what
Yeah.
CR,
12.
and I'll pick something.
So it's
So the 4th level version, let's see, has to make a wisdom saving throw, but you can order your chimera to just to fail the save. The let's see, new form. New form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's. So any beast, chimera's challenge 6, I think. Yep.
Yeah,
So
so
anything
it'd
is
be a
6 or
6.
below. Yeah.
All right, so something that would fit into. All right, now if it turns into a Medusa, it does not get. It cannot turn things into stone.
It has to be a beast. So.
A beast. Okay.
Oh yeah. So you couldn't go for a humanoid.
What's a 6 beast? Giant ape is 7.
I'd be doing like an ape or something. It could.
Oh, an ape could wear a cloak.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like an ape.
Yeah.
It would be adorable.
A cyclops.
No,
Not a
that's a
beast.
giant.
True
Yeah.
A drider.
No, that's a monstrosity.
Okay.
So you probably want like a
Humanoid.
A
Yeah.
Geath.
Form.
nah, it's humanoid.
Chimpanzee.
So you probably like a chimpanzee
Like
or a
yeah.
gorilla or something like that.
Gee, come on.
Like a great
Name
ape
also
of some
starts
yeah.
with
kind. Yeah.
CHIM.
Like
Because
a,
it's
like a
basically-
wyvern.
Basically, it has to be a creature that
I
doesn't
don't
have
know.
any magical abilities. Most beasts they don't have anything special.
Oh,
about them.
like an animal.
Yeah.
Like an
Yep.
animal. So we're talking like a chimpanzee.
Yeah.
Not even a gorilla.
A gorilla. Yeah. Well, yeah. That should probably be under here. Let's
pretty
do,
strong.
Carnivorous
Using
ape.
good old D&D Beyond, we can take a quick look. Let's see what beasts do we have at CR6.
Oh, that's
Chimpanzee
actually
should have
that's
a poop
correct.
on
I
it.
can just do that.
Exactly.
Gorilla would be much
I
stronger.
have it on my phone.
They're really unsettling, but
Most beasts are pretty low challenge, so 6 can probably get you. And it has to be size medium too. Anything larger than that won't
Right.
fit. Something that size. So you know what? I can just do some filters here. Size medium. You can swarm of cranium rats is technically size medium.
Cranium rats.
What, okay, but a mammoth is huge.
Yeah, it would fit. So it looks like the best one to fit would be the ape. But its challenge is only 1/2.
1/2.
Yeah, because that you could get the robe on without it being exposed.
Asayano's going to stay here.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the other
If you
option.
want to keep
It might get away car. All right, stay here. If anything shows up, breathe fire all over it. I think I'm getting it. Okay, that's it.
All right, donning the robes.
Yeah.
All right, it takes a bit, but with Melf's guidance, your experience in the past, and gathering the thuribles, and you find the same strange blocks of black
Yes.
incense
Yep.
what they burn with like the white
Yes,
strange
if I remember
fire.
right,
The
yeah. Fire,
and soon you are clad and ready to delve deeper into this place. As you are getting ready, it's going to take a couple minutes. Does anyone want to search around this room and try to because you're only seeing the corner that you're in, because again you can only see within 20 feet.
I'd like to see the search, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an intelligence investigation check.
Not bad.
Yeah, if we're gonna take a minute.
15.
Thing, yeah.
15. Okay, so poking around, you find this looks like it was a temple, and it looks like there was at the far end. It's about 60, 80 feet long. There was an altar. There must have been, but it's been moved. There was a platform and there's dust in here, and there's just 2 blank spots where, like a large stone table may have been standing with like 2, almost like a miniature menhir, like those stone slab and 2 stones. It looks like something's been moved. You also find, looking down the other side, that side passage.
Yeah.
There are stairs going down, and there's debris here, boulders, rubble that it looks like because you got 15 or higher,
15,
right?
yeah.
Something or someone pushed that debris up the stairs. Something tunneled in from below to reach this place.
And this thing looks like it came from a stairway or a burrow.
The stairway, like someone was digging out, so it was the stairs. It looks like some rubble collapsed.
Right.
Something on the other side of the rubble cleared it out, came up the stairs.
Someone tried to collapse that rubble to keep
Ages
something
ago,
down
yeah.
there. It came out and went upstairs.
And it's to the right or the left?
That's as you come in. It's the east. I'll start using cardinal directions.
Okay.
So you can turn around.
Good. But I don't know which way north or east. is.
So it would have been to the east. Would have been left as you came into the room.
Got it.
Okay. I'm pulling up zombie stats just in case I need them. Using D&D Beyond.
Pretty cool.
All right, so, in this altar, do I notice where it looks like the piece of the altar or the altar itself may have been moved to? Are there tracks?
It looks like it was moved. Something carried it down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
Yep.
All right.
Thing came, broke out, up, altar down. Well, we need to destroy this altar.
Yeah,
Yes, we
you've got to
do.
go after the altar.
So,
Do we have some sort of something to shape some earth or clear that out, dig, something of that equivalent? I don't.
Well, it looks like
Elemental.
something has. So the passage is clear. So
Oh, it's clear. Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was
Something
still
dug
blocked.
out. Oh yeah, no,
Got
it's
it.
no longer
Okay.
blocked. So something came in from below and cleared out the rubble.
And
So
it
there's
is-
still
okay.
rocks and dirt there. But it's all been pushed aside. There's a path leading through.
Do you want me to try to do a locate object? Do you think we even need that?
that would work. That'd be great.
Yeah, you throw that.
It says, yeah, anywhere within 1,000 feet of you.
Okay.
You sense the direction of the object's location. I cast locate object.
All right, so
Altar.
as you cast the spell, focusing on what this altar that was once here, you feel a sense of vertigo, and then in your mind, you see a trail of inky blackness that sort of wavers like a serpent, heading from where those clear spots were. It looks like the altar stood, and heading eastward, and then turning and heading down the cleared out stairs.
Follow me.
All right.
I'll guide everybody.
Is this passage safe, dwarf?
Doubtful, but
But dwarf going first.
But
so-
dwarf going first, so.
Good enough for me.
I'll sit, I mean, do it.
Undead orc is going first.
Yeah, undead orc, canary.
Okay.
Canary goes first.
Canary goes first.
Raul? No.
Romero.
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 Oh, that's such a great name.
From Pittsburgh. What do you want?
All right, so you head down. The steps go downward, one step after another. And now, while before it may have just been your mind playing tricks on you, or that sense of panic clawing at the back of your mind, now you can see that the darkness is closing in, even against your divine radiance. Just pushing against it. Each step, barely perceptible, but
Thicker and harder.
undoubtedly there. The darkness is closing in. And as soon as you head down the steps, when you finally find yourself at the base of the steps, black volcanic rock, smoothly polished, whirls of gray through it. Though it's hard to say if that's the true color or just the weird washed out color of this place.
My family, we're dwarven smiths. We've seen every kind of rock there is. Is this anything?
This is like nothing you've seen before.
Oh,
Want to give me a intelligence arcana check or intelligence nature, your choice?
nothing. It's my intelligence. Nine.
Yeah, you've never seen anything like this before.
Okay.
The your vision is now restricted to about 10 feet in any direction.
And it's getting smaller.
Yeah.
Good news is, can't
So-
get less than 5 feet.
I've gained a little bit more experience since the last time I was here. Does looking at this give me any ideas as to where, the gray stuff in there, whatever, can I get an idea of is there sentient stuff around? Is this just rock? Is it actually swirling?
Give me an intelligence arcana check. You have
18.
18. All right.
That's
So
Jesus. Yeah.
you remember back to years ago in the Yaddle Mountains when you found that desolate temple.
Yes.
This feels similar, but you've gained a lot of knowledge since then.
Yes.
And you suspect now, as you look at the stone, you can barely notice that those gray whorls seem to just undulate ever so slightly. And the darkness closing in, and even with the robes carefully wrapped around your hands and the hoods covering your face, you still feel that crushing sense of the void. You suspect that you're not on Orth anymore.
Yeah.
You suspect that you may have entered the near negative energy plane.
Okay.
That this is some sort of portal you've passed through.
Yes. I'll let them know that we've shifted and we are now outside of Orth. It's not Kansas anymore.
What is Romero wearing?
He has the scraps of an old torn shirt. His pants, they're tattered, ragged. Looks like something like a slave or servant would have worn.
If I cast light on his shirt, just 20 feet of light and then 20 feet of dim after that, does that help us at all?
It's restricted just to those about 10 feet.
Okay.
It's almost like each individual source light. Though as you cast that, you do notice it's sort of, because he's a bit of ahead of where Griff is, it does kind of it looks like it creates its own second bulb of light, orb of light. So it's almost like they're like pockets of air in water. So if you have separate light sources, you could in theory illuminate a larger area.
Okay.
Do you want to try?
If I on a bit of everyone's armor cast light,
Well,
what would that do for us?
The I think the light might be concentration spells. So when you
Just one.
Yeah.
light might be the way to go, or whatever.
Someone had some dancing lights.
dancing lights could do it because you could scatter them out.
I get where they can.
We're at 18th level. No one here has dancing lights.
Dancing lights.
Oh, man.
No.
It's one of those spells that's
That's the
It's like every first level party has dancing lights, man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose this battle because we don't have dancing lights.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Right.
it's not concentration.
It's not.
So
Light.
No, yeah, it just says duration 1 hour, touch, and then it's a 20-foot.
then
Radius
you
around.
could cast it on multiple.
Yeah,
I have a
I mean-
feeling that's wrong, but who cares, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm good with it.
I'm gonna
You would
cast
be
it.
the one I would call to ask.
Yeah, you call it. Right. Yeah, no, honestly, that's fine then. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, on everyone's.
I put it on my staff tip.
Okay, on your staff. I'll put it on my staff of healing as well.
All right. So each
I
of
hold
you.
up the amulet of Tiamat.
I'll put light on that.
Does it burn his hand?
Cleric does.
I hold up my
wanted to
axe,
see you touch
Vlad's
that.
Bane.
Yeah.
Let him add to the light.
All right. So each of you have now your own little 10-foot orb of light around you, allowing you to see more of this area. In your marching order, you can see the passage continues ahead of you. I'm going to keep using north-south, but obviously polar directions don't mean much in the negative energy plane, but just so our mapper doesn't...
Okay, so we're
completely
going east down this corridor.
sorry, it was bending to the south, so now you're
Okay.
heading south.
Got it.
There was a turn. It went east, then it turned, then you went down the stairs.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're heading cautiously, but heading to the south.
All right, continuing as you go.
Romero in front.
The as you march forward, you step into a chamber. With your marching order and with a light, it looks to be about 20 feet wide, and that's black stone with the gray whorls. It's startling. Like you've just basically seen the world in like almost essentially black and white and just shades of gray for so long. You see now some of the whorls, they do start to undulate and move. They take on a purple color, which just stands out like a glowing brand against just the gray washed radiance of everything you've seen before. And you see you're standing in an intersection. There's a passage to the south and passages to the east and west. The purple radiance, it seems to extend down each of these the purple whorls in the stone seem to extend in each direction.
Okay. Divine sense. 60 feet, do I notice anything?
Everything is just profoundly wrong. It's like you feel Tiamat's presence like in a great distance. Your spell, looking at it is directing you toward the south.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I tell them that whatever this is, it's suggesting that we go south. Okay. Let's go.
South.
Clan,
do it.
thank
South.
Clangeddon.
Okay. You push onward to the south. The passageway starts to slope downward.
Okay.
There's still those purple veins in the rock. Passage narrows down to about it's been consistently about 10 feet wide.
What's the angle? I should be able to figure that one out.
It's not too steep. It's only like a
20% grade?
yeah,
20
something like
degree,
that.
something
It's
like
enough that if you you're not having any trouble with your footing.
Right, so we're not going to stumble.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
my
Yeah,
point.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's something for like 30%. No, that's like crazy steep. Yeah. So yeah, it's only
Dwarves
not
and
too
you're
much.
20%.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
Pushing onward, as you're moving with that effect of only being able to see 10 feet in front of you, suddenly your light it's still 10 feet, but now the ceiling, which was about 10, 12 feet above you, you could see it. It's now just open void above you, or at least beyond your light. And you just get the sense, you feel like, if any of you has ever fought a dragon in an open field, that sense of just being vulnerable, that there's just nowhere to go, nowhere to run to, that, or flying opponent of any sort. You just feel exposed as you walk out into it. You feel like you're just in a massive open area, though obviously you can only see your small corner.
I would like to... I'm going to drink a potion of light.
Okay.
Lasts an hour.
Okay. The continuing onward, or now you feel like you can basically go in any direction. I mean, north would be back.
Right.
Yeah. North would be back through the passage, and you can see it looks like the passage is cut into a stone wall. Obviously, it goes up beyond the 10 feet of your light. You have no idea how far.
We feel like we're on a big plane.
You feel like just an open space.
Big
You feel
open space.
exposed.
Who else can fly? You can fly?
I can fly.
I can fly. I believe I can fly.
I'm on the ground.
You're on the ground?
On the ground.
On the ground.
Okay. How high up are our flyers going? So if you're
You have the best scouting ability, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll fly up. Can I fly up 100 feet?
You could. Now, keep in mind, as you
Oh, I
go,
can't
all of you will just see.
It's
gone.
just, all right. Well, I'll fly up 100 feet,
Okay.
and then I'll just come back down. I'll land and say I went up 100. I don't know. I went up a ways,
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was about 100 feet, but it's hard to tell.
Is the range limit on our site still 10 feet?
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think we could daisy chain it so that we're like literally like stacking on top of each other to get
Wait,
as high
what
as
are
we
we
possibly
doing
can.
I'm just observing. Is there?
Are you flying out straight up just to trying to stay close to the wall, or are you going up further?
I was going to stay close to the wall just to
Okay.
check the height, then come back down.
Is he being pushed in any way as he's going? Is he being buffeted by?
No.
I'm going to stay 10 feet behind him.
Got it. So you're
So
gonna
like
fly
right
you
at the
just
edge
barely
of
see?
the light. I will
Okay.
I will stay.
So that's the
All
group. As you see Archon and Melf descend, ascend upward, they quickly just are swallowed up by the darkness.
Yeah.
What you see is as you fly up, you have to start angling out. The wall is angling almost like a dome. And you can see that that rock gives way to a strange, like gnarled gray surface. And here and there, actually right in front of you above the door, is what looks like, I mean, maybe it could be, it looks like a massive bone spine that just rises up. And it's maybe like, well, it's broader across than the area of your light at 10 feet. And you see,
Bone spine. I'd like to divine sense. Do I sense undead, fiend, celestial, anywhere within 60 feet?
you sense ancient fiend, very dim echoes of life, just but distant, far removed, just barely at the edge of your consciousness. Whatever this thing was, it was a fiend, but its life force is there's just there's no life force left within it. There's just the whatever it was incredibly powerful. The nature of it as a fiend still echoes in just the physical remnants of its body.
I don't like it.
Okay, and that's after about 100 feet up? Or?
That's after like 20 feet up.
Oh, 20 feet.
So the wall starts curving inwards. You have to kind of start flying upward.
Okay. Does that surface look like it's it could sustain bipedal people walking up? I mean, is the bend?
No,
is
it's pretty. It's like it's like a dome.
Oh, it's a dome.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So we fly up to the top, and there's a ceiling.
Yep, that spine
Yeah.
continues up, and then it does. After a bit, levels off
Okay.
and seems to be going straight, and then starts to. Well, this would be more than 100 feet. So do you
Yeah.
want to keep going, or
We'll
Yeah,
keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
so as you keep going, it arches up, levels off, and starts to arch down. You keep going.
Yes.
I call out, where are you guys?
Yeah,
Yell.
I'll hold it up. I'll hold
The,
it up. Mark
I cover his mouth.
yeah.
I cover your yeah.
You don't hear anything as
Well,
you
not
like
with
you
this
call
hand.
out.
So it just sort of gets
It's just
absorbed.
muffled.
Okay.
But it looks as if the darkness around you, the four of you, starts to just shudders ever so slightly.
Perhaps not yell.
Perhaps not. I shutteth my mouth.
So
We're doing hand signals.
yeah, turn around, fly
I have bad
along
feeling
the
about
dome
this.
again, but back the other way, so
Back the other way?
we can navigate. Because otherwise, it's completely dark. I get lost.
Yeah.
Maybe we stuck in corpse.
I moved
Dead God.
the rest of us as a group 10 feet to the left from where we yelled just a moment ago.
Got it.
And I leave my staff there so they can find the way that's lit.
Cool. All right. Okay. So after a couple more minutes, just waiting quietly, the two of you land down in front of the doorway, and you see that your monk companion is arranged. I assume you like you arrange it so it's pointing. You see the staff has been left behind, but it's pointing off to the left.
Got it. Okay. So basically, we flew up, went like this, went all the way around, came back around. It's symmetrical.
Yeah, but we didn't go all the way down to the opening on the other side because I'm not sure. But we can hoof it across if we want to.
Okay. Let's do it.
Can
Yeah.
hear them
So-
and come back and rejoin.
So you rejoin, you come back out of the darkness.
Yeah.
So-
they emerge from the darkness.
Here's the question though: can we dead reckon across, or will we drift one way or the other in this dome?
I
So
could
Be a
dimension
wis-
door there.
Probably a wisdom
If
check.
I know
to move,
how
yeah.
far it is.
You figure
Find the path.
you were flying for a couple minutes, so that
long way.
is a few thousand feet.
No, I have.
Because your fly speed, I
dimension
believe, is
door.
60 feet.
yeah.
So assuming you're moving at a cautious pace rather than
Yeah.
just rushing,
Right.
so it's about 360 feet per minute, and that was about 5 minutes. Round trip, though, it's about 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Doesn't feed. Okay. Great.
So okay.
All right.
Well, let's give it a shot. If not, we'll be able to shift left or right. So okay.
All right. So trying to strike out straight across.
Do we, if we hold on to each other, is there some sort of advantage roll? Can we work together?
Definitely, you can work together. You can pick one person in the party to navigate, and then have others assist. That'll just give that person advantage.
How
So
about a rope, like in Poltergeist?
I have 20 wisdom.
I was gonna say that probably is a better guy.
You're my partner.
This I would say would be
I have a 12.
it would be a perception, so wisdom perception check. You can also have multiple characters attempt the check and just use the highest result.
I can give you each
Actually,
guidance
that's not-
before you check, and that'll give you a D4 to it.
Love it.
Well, if we're all cooperating, we could just have somebody. Actually, we can all roll.
You can
That would
all
be
roll,
great.
and you
That's
can take the
even
highest
better
roll.
advantage.
Well, I'll roll.
And with the guidance.
With advantage and guidance?
That's a
or
big
no?
deal.
I give you each guidance.
Oh, great. Okay.
No
Just a straight
advantage,
roll,
No
yep.
advantage, but guidance.
Chance, yep.
Yep.
And then just
So yeah, exactly. Well, let me see. What's your perception? Yeah, it's 2.
15.
25.
25? Okay, 25 will do it. So unless anyone beats a 25, you're going to be good.
21.
I knew you were going
30.
30? Okay.
All right.
All right.
Oh.
So you're able to actually
We're
get a very. So you might not have the highest intelligence, but being the
My
world's
wisdom
greatest,
very, very high.
exactly.
Smarter.
So you have a really great
Wise
sense of
one.
direction.
experienced.
Yes.
I'm a wise worker.
The
Fool
and
twice.
maybe you have experience working in the dark, or like maybe you've been to a plane like this before.
Raised in brothel.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So you're able to strike out, and so you want to go straight across from where you were. Basically, follow that spine across the floor. So with Kelgor's help, you get a real good sense of where you are, and in your mind, you're able to orient the party, you start marching across. Hey, I'll actually say this: with that result, you are able to actually kind of figure out there is a little bit of a pattern to the whirls here.
Okay.
There's definitely so you're able to point out to the rest of the party, like, oh, here's. It's as if the energy is coming from something across, and so the way they're moving, it's almost like waves on the ocean. Where if you're standing on the shore, you can see the waves have a shape as they come in and crash against the shore. So you can see they kind of undulate at a pattern, and they're moving towards you. So following that pattern, you're able to get a good sense of that sort of direction across the floor here.
Okay.
So with that insight, all of you kind of have a sense of how to orient yourselves from where you are. It's as if those whirls, they're like waves splashing against the far wall what that door is. So with that result, at any point, unless you get completely turned around, you'd be able to find your way, moving at a slow pace, you'd be able to find your way back to the door to get back on the other side. So you start making your way across, marching, keeping the same marching formation as before, cleric in the middle, protected by the monk, two half-orc and dwarf in the back, paladin and elf up front.
Sure.
Half orc or orc.
Oh, and
undead
then
orc
on
in
point.
the front,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
And I should be somewhere more in the middle just to make sure everybody's still got that protection.
Got
Right.
it. So you're making way across, the darkness just sort of parting before you, that 10-foot range. Suddenly you notice the darkness on the floor. When you get within 10 feet, there's just a sharp divide, as if there's darkness on the floor, and then it takes a moment to realize it's a pit, a chasm below you. The stone is just like perfectly cut and drops downward. It's more than 10 feet wide. All you see is just darkness across.
Okay.
I'll buzz across.
Yeah, I'm.
Well, you're flying too.
Yeah.
All right. Two, you gonna fly across?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you jet out across.
We just don't tell the guys behind us. We just take that. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you very little. And
Yeah, we just float out
Okay.
across. Yeah.
My dice have had time to rest, so hopefully they're going to get some better
Well,
results.
these potions
Jokes.
make me sprout like spectral dragon wings.
Oh, cool.
So they would tell.
They kind of see the flap.
telling
Yeah.
myself. Yeah.
What are your passive perceptions?
Passive wisdom perception
Yeah.
is 17.
17?
11.
11, okay.
Bye. I know that DM smile, but not good.
All right.
Looks happy.
His thought bubble says TPK. I don't know.
As you're flying across, you head out. The party disappears behind you, seemingly engulfed the darkness. And as you're looking back, again, with your keen senses and having experiences before, you see just in time to see tentacles emerging from beneath you, reaching
Okay.
up toward you.
Yeah, I say, dodge! Tentacles!
Roll initiative.
Okay.
Everyone else, you just kind of hear something like muffled in the darkness.
All right. See what we got. Oh,
You rolled a 20.
That good.
didn't you?
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Plus what?
Plus 4. So
Okay. That's
5.
That's gonna be 7. So you got a 5.
Yeah, yes, I do.
And what's Archon's initiative?
18.
18. Okay, so tentacles emerge from the darkness below you, reaching up toward you. What do you wish to do? You get to go first.
I'm going to. And now, do I see anything ahead?
Just the 10 feet. You don't see the other side yet.
Okay, and how far away are the tentacles?
They are just within the 10-foot bubble
Within
of
the
your
10-foot
light.
bubble?
Yep.
Okay. Bonus action fire.
All right. Whoosh.
Breathe fire. So
I got a 3 on my save, so I failed.
you did not
clearly.
make it.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, good. Then that's
That's on the die. So that's gonna be some damage.
5d6, which is that's 17 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to.
Can we see any of that fire?
No, it's off in the darkness. You hear like a muffled something is going on over there. Like you hear like a whoosh and like a cry, like if it cried out in warning. So that was your bonus action.
That was my bonus action. Now I'm going to go. I'll go reckless.
Okay.
That's 32.
Yeah,
30 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. sure.
Anything over 20
Fair
on
enough.
this creature, like the last one, will hit.
Great.
So.
We'll go. I'm just gonna go. Now it's not undead or fiend.
No.
No. Okay. I'll go first level divine smite. Let's go. 24 plus. That's 40 points of damage.
All right. You hack apart a couple of the tentacles, but a couple more rise up to reach toward you.
Okay. Go again. Second attack. That's 26.
All right, that'll hit.
And I will. I'll go with. No, let's just go straight up. We're gonna straight up hit. Not bad. 10 plus 7. That's gonna be 33.
All right. You hack away more of the tentacles. They fall away into the darkness. There are still tentacles threatening you. And what's the highest pass perception of our 4 characters who are still back on?
20.
20? Okay. Anyone else? 20? That's good.
Minus 19, so.
So you can see as you're sort of peering out into the darkness, you hear what
12.
sounds like Archon's a fiery breath, which puts you on guard. So as you see tentacles like emerge, trying to crawl up the sides of the chasm, you spot them immediately.
I
So let's-
spin my staff sideways, so it's this way, and I pull everybody back as I point towards the tentacles.
Got it.
And
So you're
I
able to
called it tentacles.
So you pull everyone back away from the edge. They're reaching toward you, so go ahead and roll initiative, but you're all at least 10, 15 feet away from the edge as the monk pulls you all back away from the danger.
And I am engaged with tentacles. Yeah. Okay.
You're just dating at this point.
Better.
15?
15? Okay.
Wait, do I have any other initiative rolls?
Nope. You just have your roll
I'm
plus your.
usually not.
I
first.
think
15, okay.
this would be helpful right now.
12.
12.
Because this,
One.
this
Oh, a 1.
negative one.
Very slow. All right.
Okay. Just
I like to wait. To
no
see what everyone else
dexterity
does.
bonus.
You're able to
Nothing.
get the advantage.
Roll a 1 and roll a 2. And I got
can-
negative
yeah.
1.
You have a disadvantage.
Yeah, he does have a dex 8. I built his character. So
You
didn't think dex would
100%
be.
want that.
Sometimes as the healer, it's good to go last. People get beaten up, then you throw the heals
I
on
guess
them.
so,
But
Oh, yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. Sure.
Minus 3 death.
All right, so tentacles rising up now, sort of piercing. It almost though looks like as you see them, as you pull everyone back, it's almost as if like that wall of darkness, the edge of your light, it's almost as if that wall itself is just reaching out towards you. It's like it takes a moment for you to realize it's just these tentacles reaching out at you, but it feels as if the darkness is coming to life and reaching out to devour you. So that was on 18. We have 2 characters on 15. So whoever wants to go first between the 2 of you, go for it.
I need to roll
Dispel
for
evil.
zombie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry. Oh, I think I just erased it. No, I didn't. Okay, sorry.
we know who here of the two wants to go first? Or?
I do.
That's a 5. Yeah, minus
Got
2
it.
dexterity.
All right, so
So
Griff.
I'm going to do Dispel Evil and Good,
Okay.
which should deal with anything originating from beyond the material plane, including
Okay.
Celestials. And for the duration, they have a disadvantage on attack rolls against.
Is there a saving throw or is it automatic?
Attack save is 17. CHA 17. It's on me, so I think
Oh, okay. So it just
It's a
is-
charisma save.
it's a
so
charisma
Oh, charisma
save.
save. Okay, good. Okay, it does not have a very good charisma save because it's pretty much an empty thing.
Super ugly.
So that should give me more time to be able to attack.
It only got a 12.
So that means
That means it didn't
it
save.
failed?
did make the save.
Okay,
so it's on
dis-
disadvantage with
Okay,
me.
it's on disadvantage as you channel holy energy. The thing recoils back, and everything around you just seems like no one else sees it. You're just getting ready to fight, but you in your mind, it feels almost as if you're pushing yourself out of phase with this reality for a moment as you castigate this unholy blight, this strange creature. But then everything snaps back in. So it has been affected by your spells. Give me a disadvantage on its attacks.
So I can't actually dismiss it because this is its playing.
Exactly, yeah. But you can impose disadvantage on it.
I can put some disadvantage on it. Okay, so then I will.
Yeah, that's kind of the feel you get, like, as you went to push it back. It no, it's here. You almost push yourself out, so to kind of you rein in the magic. Was that your action?
So that was my action,
Okay.
and then an attack, obviously.
Go ahead over here. So your turn.
All right.
Kelgor.
So it ugly. Kelgor not understand it. So Kelgor hit it a lot.
Very good.
We're not going to be friends with it.
Kelgor not want to be friends with Tentacle. Tentacle get fresh. So let's see.
Anything over 20 will hit.
Okay,
so.
cool. So
and
hit.
remember, you are you're critting on
18 to 20.
Yep.
That will hit. That will hit.
All right.
I'm so tempted to do an action surge and just be a butthead. You know what? I'm gonna do an action surge. And let me see. That will miss. That's what I get for being cocky. Okay, that will hit. And that will hit.
All right.
So
Kelgor trot with the axe just sweeping, tentacles go flying.
So that
more
was
and more.
5 hits. Base damage is 40, and I'm going to roll the die. I know, right? Hear me roar.
You strong, too.
Oh, these are 12, not 2d8. Good job, though, Ash. That was awesome. All right, so let's see. Do I have another 12? I should have another 12.
Here's one. Do you want 12?
Yeah,
Take 12.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Okay, so just to make it. And I'm going to re-roll both of these.
Okay. Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, so one of the. Wait, no, that's a 7, so that's good. Okay, so 12. 22. And then. Another. Let's see.
You roll a lot of dice at level
12.
18.
So 34.
Plus the 40. So 77 points total.
Yep.
All right.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
So Kelgor, the roar, strides forward, hacking. Tentacles start trying to surround him. And for a moment, it looks like the darkness is going to just engulf him. But with a mighty roar, your axe spins, and the darkness recoils as tentacle after tentacle is severed. The creature's still alive, but it's sorely wounded.
Come see the violence.
That was on 15. Oh, to 12 on for a monk.
I check to see, is he relatively safe?
He looks safe. Looks like everything's coming at you from that.
I
the
wish
chasm.
to see the face of evil. I run off at the edge and I dive over.
Oh, nice.
Sprint
All right.
straight
God,
through
I hope
the
he
air.
can fly.
Oh yeah, but my wings, my winged boots take over, and I
right.
sprint into it. I can move. Right now, I'll move 35 feet to see if I can see anything.
Yep. So as you leap off the side, you can see what looks like a massive, twisted, gnarled orb of darkness with all these tentacles. Some of them are grasping the side of the chasm. Others are reaching up to attack, and it's spawning more of them as you dive down toward its main central body. I'll give you advantage on your attacks. It's not expecting one of these puny motes of life in its domain to charge straight into it.
I will first with a stunning strike. I missed. Second stunning strike.
Oh, remember, you have advantage, remember.
Oh, then I hit.
Okay.
The second one. The damage for the first strike is 6.
6, okay.
but he saves against stun 19.
Yeah, so let me just check something real quick. When you're stunned, I can't remember if you drop what you're holding.
No.
Okay, you don't. That's if you're unconscious. Okay, because that would have been really bad for the thing clinging to the side of the cliff. All right, its saving throw is going to be, and is that a Wisdom save or a Constitution save?
I believe it's the Constitution.
It's going to get an 18 and a Con save.
And it needs a 19.
Okay. So that, sorry, you said it needs a 19?
Yes.
It is stunned. Okay, so it rears back, and it seems almost like lose some of its shape as you slam your fist down into it, and you have stunned it.
Instead of being cocky, I have seen what I've come for. I go back right to where I started. You good?
I'm good.
I pick up my staff and wait.
Okay. So you see the tentacles that are threatening you all just go limp and just seem to be moving like drunkenly. The ones you're fighting, they're still aggressive. They're still reaching up toward you.
You guys have advantage if you didn't before, I think. Is that correct?
That's
because
right.
It's stunned?
Yep, it is stunned. So it looks like you're fighting a separate creature. Though you would not know what's going on in the
wouldn't know
back.
that,
You just
so-
hear like muffled noises.
Yeah, I
back
did come to that
behind you.
conclusion, but that was metagaming.
So that was on 12. Okay, 7. These two creatures now get to go. So the one threatening you on the edge of the chasm. How long does the stun last? Is it one? Does it lose its
One until the end of my next turn.
Okay, cool. So it's stunned. The tentacles are reaching out at you. Then suddenly you see the monk disappear into the darkness, and it looks like the entire thing just shudders, and then the tentacles and then you come sprinting back in out of the darkness. So that one's stunned. The one attacking the two of you, to be one attack against each of you. So first against Melf, a tentacle reaches up at you and tries to grab you. Wow, okay, this dice, you're back on the bench, pal. That's going to miss, unless you left your armor at home. And against Archon, I doubt is your AC over 20?
It is.
Yeah, that's going to, you guys, back on the bench. They had like an hour to cool off.
Paladin, yeah, we got good armor on it.
All right, come on,
That's
last
magic
D20, don't
stuff.
kill me now. All right, and then you stun the one that was on the edge of the chasm, so it loses its turn. That was on 7, so then we come back over to 5. It'll be Melf and our zombie.
All right.
Oh, sorry, it's skeleton. So
Is it a skeleton?
it's a skeleton. Yeah, it's been.
Oh, no flesh.
Oh, if you had the zombie stats, we'll just treat it as a
Flying
zombie. That's
into
fine.
Romero.
Yeah,
If he was a skeleton.
Yeah,
I would've-
we can use
I would've
zombie.
named
That's
him like
fine.
Jack
yeah.
or something.
Looks like he'd been killed by like a cone of cold, so like the flesh was still like all intact and
Great,
desiccated.
yeah. It was like petrified,
Yeah.
like a mummy or something.
I'll do a firebolt,
Okay,
followed up with an attack.
got it.
So my attack,
Anything over 20 hits.
I
So.
may have missed actually on that. Sadly.
Its AC. Its AC is 18. If that just makes sense.
Okay. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I did hit.
Okay.
So. All
Give me a
right.
damage roll.
All right. So I do cold damage with the spear as well this time. So.
I did.
Dice left and right, but that's all right. I did 6 plus 8, so 14 points with the spear.
Okay.
And then 4d10 fire damage for the firebolt here.
All right, roll it.
You got it. These are my dad's dice. I just
Oh wow! Yeah, can't use those.
Look at
These are my
these.
dad's dice. Yeah, these ones. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
These are. Yeah, I'll use all 4.
That is really cool.
There's Gygax DNA on it.
And they don't roll that great. All right, so that wasn't that bad. All right, 23 points.
23 points. That's it. Everybody counts. All right. So you blast away some of the tentacles. There's still a bunch of them left, but between your spear strike, you've carved away about half the tentacles. They're emerging from beneath you, reaching out. So that was on 5. So our zombie.
Okay, he's got advantage?
Yep, advantage because it is stunned.
Oh, man. 21.
Nice.
Hey,
Zombie's
all
pulling
right.
his weight. Way to go,
Yeah.
Romero.
Way to go. Okay, he's just going to swing down in a
Thumping manner.
thumping manner.
Slamming away.
Yeah, great. I'm going to roll with my die that was baptized in Lake Geneva.
yeah,
Yeah, murder hobos.
Yeah.
What's up? This is for Nook.
Yeah.
6!
Hey!
The ghost of Nook.
He did get raised.
So that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, the zombie just starts pounding away at one of the lurching tentacles. It shudders and it has taken damage. It's just pounding into it. It's bruised and black, starts to ooze along. Ichor oozes out of it.
The ferocity of a bugbear.
Or the dwarf with the face of a bugbear.
Yes.
Poor guy. That's what you get when you adventure with psychopaths. All right, I'll cleric on 1. See if a chance. Okay, so here you go. Like, oh, hey, there's a fight broken out. You get to.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the closest
All right.
tentacles.
So that's going to be a dexterity saving throw, I
of
believe?
19. Yeah.
It will succeed. I rolled a 19 on my die. Finally. Sorry.
I just stay next to him.
Yeah. You can make saves, but you can't hit on attacks. All right, so the so that was on 1. Anything else? So that was your action. Okay.
No.
So that'll bring us back to Archon.
Okay. Up to me. Okay, I don't need to go reckless in order to get advantage, or do I? Because no, those are
This
stunned.
one looks
Mine are
like it
not.
is not stunned. The
Okay,
one
fine.
at the chasm edge is. This one is not.
All right then. Let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, I'll go reckless.
All right.
Yeah.
On the edge.
Crit.
All right. The gods, fortune smiles upon you.
Do I want to do this? I mean, I have not been able to do this in game. Okay,
it.
I'm gonna go. We'll go 4th level Divine Smite. Wait, I got it.
Doubling those dice.
4th level Divine Smite, and it is so that's 2 plus 2nd, 3rd, 4th. That's 5d8.
You have improved.
Plus my 48 of my axe, which is 1d8 for the axe, 1d8 for improved Divine Smite, 2d8 cold damage from the Hand of Vecna. I also have Fane Eater, which when I crit, the target suffers an additional 2d8 necrotic, so I'm going to throw those in as well.
Yep, so that doesn't get doubled because it's just triggered on the crit. So everything else, the dice double, but that 2d8, you double your dice, then add those 2d8 on.
Then add 2d8 on the crit. Does anything...
That's not enough
Okay,
dice.
that's
man.
fine. Man, okay, great. So that's
It's a really
4.
weak attack.
That's 9d8 doubled.
90?
98 doubled, so it's going to be 18d8.
18d8.
Okay, so I roll them all twice, correct? Yeah. 10.
So if you want, you can just add it, and I'll take that damage off, and then you don't have to try to juggle the numbers.
20.
It scares me that you're like, you know what, go ahead and roll it and I'll get back to you with all the damage on 18d8.
That's 33
Okay.
on that roll, plus, and then I'll do you want me to roll them again or no?
Yeah,
33, yeah,
Yep.
let's do this for real.
Yeah, you don't have to add the 33.
33.
We're already taking that off. So
Great,
Oh, this was
33,
better.
that's way better.
Much better.
Okay, that's
Oh boy.
10 plus
He's
15,
crushing.
30, 40, that's 41 plus
Okay.
33, 41 plus 33, plus the, that's 10.
okay.
So I said 41 plus 33 plus 10 plus,
I've been taking all the damage, so you don't need to
Sorry,
worry about adding it. No, it's good.
You got more pluses than that?
Do you have your flat bonuses?
You just want to hear the final score.
Yeah.
16.
That's 100 points.
100 points of damage.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. Triple digit damage.
A palpable, palpable hit.
So as you
It looks like that
soar
hurt a little
down
bit, but it-
to strike this thing, suddenly emerging from the darkness is again that central undulating body. And so you plant your axe directly into it, and it slices right through it. Its pulpy flesh just parting before you, and then you feel a shudder as your axe strikes something in its center, and it just pure cold just jets down your arm, and then it passes as the thing just winks out of existence.
awesome.
We like that.
Guess now we know how many licks
Great.
it does take.
That was on 18. Meanwhile, in the chasm, we still have tentacles, so it's over to here to Griff. There's still tentacles reaching up. They are still insensate.
I have another
staggering.
attack.
You can use it on
I don't
Mel
wanna
just out of
be a dick.
principle. But yeah.
Think about it.
I don't want to
What he
waste
wants
it.
is either attack. Let him have it.
I mean, can I see where else this thing? No, it's gone. To
Yeah,
me.
it's gone, yeah.
To me. All right. So if I move back towards where they are,
The
Does that then-
you would be, let's see, you would have had to move down a little bit to attack it. Yeah, let's roll a d20 to see. 16 or higher, you can get close enough to make another attack. No, let's see. You start moving that direction, but it's still just dark, like darkness and an empty space.
Are you sure
So-
you want? I'm not sure I want to let your dice make that roll for me.
What? My
No,
dice have
I'm
been very
kidding,
nice to you guys so far this
that's
session.
fine. I just had
I rolled
100 points of damage in one
190.
attack. I'm okay, great. So I'm just,
No
I'm
need to get
floating.
this.
I'm just swimming.
Well, then another creature. If you,
Okay. I'm fine.
All right, so it's on 18, so 15 is over to here, to Griff.
So by the hoary hosts of Glenfiddich, I am going to attempt to banish this thing. It says that if it is native to the plane of existence that you're on, you can banish the target to a harmless demi-plane.
Got it.
And it's a charisma.
Ooh, it's not
17.
good. It is not good at charisma saves. Oh yeah, and I keep my die rolling going. It got a 4 total, so it comes of existence.
Goodbye.
All right, it is gone. So after a moment,
We find
keep going back. Yeah, you see, checking on the group.
Oh, is the darkness
Okay,
in
make sure
any,
that they're
affected
all
in
right.
any way, or is it
Yeah.
still?
No.
All right, we'll check back on it.
Yeah, you suspect these are almost just like natural predators of whatever weird sort in this dimension.
Okay.
So these are just creatures that scuttle about.
All right.
These
So,
are the sharks of the negative plane.
Yeah.
so the question is there something on the other end that we need to get to?
The altar.
I think so. Are you still able to see?
Can I still sense?
Yeah, it just goes straight. It goes straight across the chasm. It's suspended in air.
I
Arcs
think
across.
I think we've cleared the way.
Fly,
let's
fly,
go across.
fly.
Yeah.
Could I do a dimension
Fly.
door across, or can
Yeah.
someone take me?
You wouldn't be able to. You don't know how far across.
Yeah,
it
I'll-
is.
I've got a
You can
20
take me?
strength. I
Yeah,
You can take me.
Yeah.
So we want to grab my zombie.
I can grab him.
Thank you.
All right.
He did good.
Yeah, he did 7 points of damage.
He contributed.
All right.
All right.
You soar across the chasm, and it's about a couple hundred feet across before you see your path in your mind's eye. It sort of arcs across the chasm and comes to a rest. You see, actually, when you went down below, you could see sort of below, there were like pillars or something up in the darkness, like stone platforms here and there down below into the darkness. But it looks like these creatures must have crawled up them and were reaching out. Soon enough, you're on the other side. Continue onward, going directly straight across, kind of following that spine and following your trail. Okay. So you push onward, and soon enough, you see before you, looming out of the darkness, just emerging from it, and it's only 10 feet away, so just suddenly coming out of the darkness is a wall, and in front of you, another door, similar to the one you saw before, and beyond it, stairs going down.
So the door's open. It's a
Yeah,
doorway.
it's a doorway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll drop the zombie on the ground.
Chop it down.
Okay.
Get to
Okay.
it, Ramiro.
All right. So he hits the ledge or whatever the first steps. Is not disintegrated immediately. Okay. So move down the stairs.
All right.
So he starts moving down, and we just fall back in our order.
Let's go.
You head down the stairs, and that feeling of cold just starts to push in even more, even through the robes. Everyone give me a Constitution saving throw. The undead is
everybody
fine.
gets plus 4.
Guidance for that?
No, you wouldn't have to have his.
You get plus 4 though.
21.
Yep.
Oh,
The
that's
zombie's
right.
okay.
Everybody's got
Okay,
or
it's not affected by
protection.
it.
And
It's a save plus 3
Yep.
or a protection.
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
Plus 4?
from- Yep.
My plus 4 is channeled for you.
Sounds good to me. I'm happy as it comes
17.
through.
Okay.
33.
33.
20,
33?
26.
26.
No, wow, I thought that was
22.
Okay, so 17. What was your die roll? Just out of curiosity. Okay, 12. Well, you had plus 4. Did you use the plus 4 for?
Oh, no, I did not.
Yeah, okay, so that's over 20.
So then it would be 21.
21. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that would make
Yeah,
sense.
sorry, con save, I have way higher than 22.
Okay, so
Sorry.
you're even higher.
I have, yeah, I guess that's a 24.
All right, so everyone's just going to take half damage from this. Oh,
Are we not keeping our thurible swinging fast enough here? What's going on?
you're still straight with just you're getting deeper and deeper. Everyone takes 12 points of damage. That's
points.
environmental damage at this level. People, come on, you guys have hundreds of points.
And that's cold, 12 points of cold damage?
Yeah. So if you have any resistance to cold, it's not.
I do not.
It's not better immunity.
Oh, wait a second. I may be immune.
Yeah, if you're immune to cold, you're fine.
A lot of immunities at level 18. Everybody calm down.
Immunity's
That's
coming
why you're in the
out.
negative material plane.
We
wish
got a
I
lot of
knew.
stuff. these extensive cheat sheets you have in front of our. It's like being in a cockpit of a plane
Exactly.
when you're playing at 18th
We
level.
should actually
It's
have
like,
16.
assistants looking us up and feeding us
Yeah,
information.
exactly.
And
Someone off
next
camera,
year,
yeah,
I
next
need
year, we'll
something
have
in my
that.
ear. And
We'll
I
have
can't
it.
find it. I'll take the damage.
new from D&D Beyond, a chip you can implant in your brain, and it will tell you what your immunities are.
I like that idea. I like the idea of
Add your
having like the
dice.
coach, right? Like you'd have one, like a
Cyborg
seventh
game,
player,
yeah.
right? Yeah, who's like your coach, who's just
great.
like, remember, you get advantage. You're like, oh wait, don't forget your potion, right? Oh, that's right, I have a potion that'll,
That's like Ready Player One.
yeah. All right. So down the steps descend into the darkness. And then as you walk in, you reach the base of the stairs. And then as you step forward, you're reeling from vertigo. Like just you've been so used to having the darkness pushing in all around you that as you step forward, it's as if reality just comes crashing in. The darkness, as you take a step, just seems to explode out all around you. And you can see you're in a massive chamber, 200 feet across. And there are strange torches glowing with purple light. The ceiling here is 50, 60 feet high. Hanging from the ceiling are chandeliers filled with hundreds of candles giving off this purple glow. Torches on the walls also giving off this purple glow. It's sickening. Your mind's real. Everyone give me wisdom saving throws.
+4, everybody.
Thank you.
Plus, additional +3 for the aura protection.
Well,
So
that's +4 for
you choose
mine.
the higher of the two.
The
So
four.
four.
So plus
So it'll be
four.
four, yep.
9.
Oh,
21.
21?
+4.
I have a natural 20.
Oh, natural. Okay, so 9.
Yeah.
14.
Four, oh,
Is it plus, hold on one second.
Your wisdom save is very high. What'd you
Yeah,
get?
so it's 17 plus 4. It's 21.
21?
20.
Okay. So you're walking in. The four of you who made the saving throw, your mind's real for a second. Like you've been so. It's as if the entire world has been crushing in around you, and you just have the sense of this must be like someone with agoraphobia might feel like. It feels like the world's spinning. Everything is so massive. You never imagined the world could be this big. How could the world be this big? It's been so tiny, and everything crushing in. It's almost now been comforting to have such a tight little universe to live within. But then as you finally recover and realize this is normal, you see Archon and Melf racing across the floor.
What type of effect is this?
This is it'd be mind affecting or charm.
Charm?
Can I cast a hold
is
person?
it? Just one sec to see if they've got any. Sorry, I should have said that.
This is not fear.
No. Compulsion. see-
Advantage against being charmed.
Okay, throw me an extra. Okay, so you might actually make a save.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way better.
So Archon.
Just
I think-
me.
Yep, just
Okay,
you.
great.
Can I
All right.
throw greater restoration on him?
Yeah, so I got a whole person being thrown at him and a
Actually,
greater
both
restoration.
At this,
I'm
at this level.
good. I wasn't ready.
No, he's
Oh,
good.
he's
He's fine.
right, okay.
Yeah, I forgot it was a charm effect.
Well, can I just use the cleansing touch on myself?
Self.
Yes, you could. Oh wait, no, sorry, you couldn't because you are under the effect of the
I'm
effect.
under the effect.
It's under the effect. Yeah,
But
but
as soon as
if
I
you're
can-
throwing
as soon as
greater
I can get
restoration,
to, I'll touch.
so
But he's doing hold person on him because it's
He's
touch.
moving.
You'd have to do hold person because it's touch.
yeah, you have to
No,
roll
no,
initiative to see who.
I have to do a whole
If you
person
beat
to
his
stop him.
initiative, you'd be able to get up next to him.
Okay.
So why don't you first throw your hold person? So go ahead and make your wisdom save against the hold person.
Okay.
Wisdom 17.
And that's a wisdom save. That's 22.
Okay. One
course, I hit it now.
Yeah.
Great.
One of the two of you roll initiative, just to quickly off just against each other, to see if everyone who wants to try to stop
Yeah,
Archon, let's all roll initiative, and this is anyone who beats Archon can try to
Is
go
that for like
And I have
physically
to roll,
trying
and I'm rolling for
for yourself. Yeah, just because you're going to be moving across the chamber.
good. And that's a wisdom, or is that just initiative?
Just initiative. Yeah.
I rolled low. Okay, 10.
With 10?
10 total, yeah.
Okay, anyone who beat a 10 can try to stop Archon. Okay, so in whichever order you guys, I bet, did anyone not beat a 10? Okay, so you are
But I tried
stuck
the whole
waiting.
person anyway. So.
And you did not.
I got 3.
Okay, 3. Okay, so 3 of you beat a 10, so you can try to stop Archon as he's.
Grapple.
Okay, so in a rush up, go ahead and make an attack. What's your armor class?
23.
Oh no, sorry, his armor class.
25.
25.
25.
You would get all 3 attacks though.
Okay,
So
rock
any,
on,
if any
kids.
attack hits, you have him grappled.
I don't suppose I have advantage for any reason whatsoever. Do I?
He's trying to defend himself.
Is he trying to grapple me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anti?
21 is not good.
Miss.
I have advantage to
doesn't-
break non-magical grapples because
Okay.
of I have the spiked obsidian dragon plate.
Great.
I missed him.
Okay.
Come on,
So you close in and the spike plate. You try it, but yeah, he's just rending and turns, and the spikes send you flying back. So I have two other characters who need to be
I
doing.
rolled under a 10. My initiative's
We have
terrible.
horrible initiative here.
Someone
I
please
will-
just hold me. I'm just sneezing.
It's gonna be hell.
I know I look prickly, evil, but don't be fooled.
I'll try to get in front of him and
really
trip him.
scaly and
I
horrible.
Okay.
just want to make him lose his balance and hit the ground.
Hilarious breath fall.
DC's
At
25.
least 30.
Okay, so that'll hit. So wham! You put a kick across his shins. Let's see. From there, I believe, let's make opposed athletics checks to see if you're going to stop him. You're in his way, and I just want to see if you get him prone. So yeah, opposed athletics checks.
I'm wearing heavy armor. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. An athletic check.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me yours first? The dramatic effect.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
I can't use acrobatics, can I?
No, I'll let you use acrobatics. Yeah, as a
If
monk.
it's
Yeah.
acrobatics,
Good.
it's 29.
26.
All right,
Yeah.
so down you go. And okay, so with a quick sweep of the leg, you send Archon tumbling down to the ground, and you're able to pin him, keep him grappled, keep him in place. Did anyone else go?
I'm just gonna- I went afterwards. I'll just try to pile on and hold him.
So
I have
on,
advantage to break grapples. Does that matter?
yeah. So let's see if you try to break the grapple. So this will be against your acrobatics check. It's going to use your action though, so you won't be able to get too far away.
Yeah, I'm just
So-
going to try to
I mean,
also hold him
I'm
down.
out of control right now.
That's right,
So
yeah.
I would try to
No,
do this
exactly, yeah.
compulsively.
Yep.
So it's that roll, but then I roll again as an advantage.
No, it's a
No, that was a
new
shin
roll.
kick. Now
Yep.
I'm rolling with advantage.
Yeah, so you have advantage on your
Advantage.
athletics check, and you're making an acrobatics check to oppose him.
So if I'm trying to
Okay.
assist, does that do anything?
You would you haven't acted yet, so you have to
Roll
wait.
high,
So
roll
you
high, roll
you can
high.
assist on your turn. You can
I
assist.
thought it was. Okay, my bad.
24.
I had a 24.
All right, so in the event of a tie,
Slap fighting.
the situation remains the same. So basically, only if you beat, or the winner gets determined if there's a tie. So you're still grappled.
Very good.
How
Right.
far ahead is he?
Your movement radius is 30 feet, so he'd be 30 feet away. So everyone who got less than a 10 can now act.
I would run up to him and touch him and cast Greater Restoration and get rid of the charm.
All right, so you walk up and you see the monk has him sort of pinned down, and you touch, and suddenly you feel Archon. It's like suddenly it's like waking up from a dream. Like you're on the ground, the monk has you grappled, the cleric's standing over you, and everything is just.
It's exactly like getting drunk in college.
I know that sensation well. What happened?
I step off.
You were
We came into this room and it was as if everything it was a great weight was lifted off us and we were unbalanced, and I had to struggle hard to keep whatever this is out of my brain. And when I came out and I could see you were running across the room, we had to tackle you.
All right. Well,
Here. Puny mortals. And you see on the far end of the room, enormous figure, 30 feet tall, a humanoid, hunched over. So be 30 feet if he stood straight up. He's not standing straight up. He spent a lot of time walking through 20-foot tall passages lately. You see a twisted creature look back over you, bathed in the purple light. Twisted and gnarled, one good eye looking at you, another eye looking to the back. Standing before what to it is like a toy, an altar that your magic is pointing to. He's about another 100, 200 feet away, about 150 feet away from you in the far end. And as you break up, you are in time to witness the end of an era and the beginning of a new time of darkness. He comes. The Risden!
It's definitely time to kick
Echoes. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get better, like more than one digit.
Of course not. I rolled
yes. Not bad.
All right, my dice are warming up. Dice are warming up, boys. They're warming up. Anyone beat? I got a 26.
Oh, man.
Oh.
One time.
All right, I like that sound. What do we got over here?
11.
11. Hey, double digits.
That's better.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm giving you a low dex character.
15.
15.
18.
18.
17.
17.
And zombie. Nat 1, so
right.
that's -2 dexterity.
-1.
-1.
He phases out of existence into a different game. Yeah, the game session next door.
16.
16. 10. All right. Let's see if my dice. If they're guys, were you the three of you saving your best for last? Let's see. All right. The creature glares at you, gives you a hateful look in the purple radiance, and then smiles. It is fitting that those of the old universe shall be here to witness the birth of the new, when all is swept away in darkness. He walks forward toward you and looks at you. And why doesn't everyone roll a d20 for me? Let me know who got the lowest number. So I want to see who's going to think. He doesn't know anything about you guys, so...
A 20.
20? 9? Anyone got lower than 9?
4.
4?
19.
19?
Okay.
All right, Archon, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 30.
All right. So he attempts to force his will upon you, but it's a puny effort. It just slams into the iron fortress that is your faith in Tiamat. And he looks back. Oh, you shall be better sport than I suspected. And he's going to use his other action to... I perhaps shall need allies. You, one of faith. Make a wisdom saving throw for me. Perhaps you shall bend knee.
That's going to be 21.
21? Okay. So suddenly you realize he's making sense. What? That sounds... You're right. It is Doll of Darkness. You lose all hope. What, do you have like a flame strike or anything like that prepared?
Wait, he has an aura. He's still under aura of courage.
The,
So that would be 25?
That gives you a plus.
plus 4?
4? Oh, then that would be 25.
Okay, so that breaks the spell. You are, and suddenly the paladin aura
swirl through your body. Your normal god is pushed out of your mind, and your heart opens up to the five-headed dragon goddess.
We
And he
paladins
looks
get things done.
That was close.
The magic of darkness is it's only awakening now. Perhaps will only grow stronger. Very well then, let the darkness devour you. And he snaps his finger, and the floor around you erupts with tentacles. This will be an attack against each of you. So starting over here,
You will become a true believer.
29.
Yeah.
Take 28 damage. 31. 28 damage. Only a 20.
That hits.
Oh, 28 damage. That's Archon. 30. 28 damage.
What kind of damage is it?
This is magical bludgeoning damage. As they just start.
You said 30
Yep.
to me?
30 to hit for 28 damage. 32 against Griff, which would be
32
20
against.
AC.
My AC's 21.
Yep, that'll hit 28 damage. And then finally against Kilgore, 34, 28 more damage.
Kelgore AC 35.
All right. If magic will not work, then violence shall do it.
How many points was it?
It's 28 damage on the hit. All right. So into our initiative order on 18. Over to Melf.
All right. How far away is this guy approximately?
He's about 150 feet away from you.
All right. So
Bellowing at you and
I am going to try to fly as fast as I can towards him.
okay.
My goal is to get within 60 feet so I can cast a spell.
Okay. So that's going to be 90 feet. So if you dash, you'll be able to get there this round. Just with the regular movement, you'll still be 90 feet away from him.
Okay, so I can do regular movement and cast, though.
Yep.
So I could go regular movement, maybe a lightning bolt, which would be long enough to reach out to him?
Yeah, I believe it is. I believe it's
Sure.
120 feet.
120 feet.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
All right. So he's going to have to make his dexterity saving throw.
He's far away.
He gets a 31 on that save.
Yeah. All right, so that's just 8d6.
Yeah, and it'll be halved.
AT plus 8, I think, right? Remember right?
I don't think. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right, because it's the
All right.
territories.
You get rid of it.
10, 25 halved, so
All right.
12. Oh, plus 8, sorry. 25 plus 8.
So 33, so 16.
Yeah.
All right, your lightning bolt arcs out and blasts into him. He just barely pays any mind. It hits him and leaves a scorch mark, and it disturbs his massive. He's wearing the massive luminous
Get rid
robes.
of
you're
those good
wearing.
saves for the real
Yeah,
spells. That's
exactly. So that was on 18. On 17, Archon, your turn.
Okay,
So
and he's about
150 feet off.
150.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a huge room. He's back on the far side. And when he attacked, he conjured up the tentacles that attacked you.
120. Oh man. All right, so it's going to take a few turns for us all to get there. Okay. I'm going to go. All right. I'm going to double move then. I'm going to go.
Okay.
I'm going to go 60.
So that'll get you within 90. And I'll be kind of marching that off each of your distances. 16 over to Griff.
I could take somebody. Oh shit! They have to be small. I was contemplating using a dimension door and trying to get somebody else there with me, but they have to be my size. So
Oh,
You're medium.
You're
so
medium. Yeah,
you
you're
can take
medium.
any of us.
Yeah.
who wants to go? Right up in the
Bring me so I can heal
He
everybody.
can't.
all
Yeah,
at
he
once.
can't move like we can move.
to bring you next to the enemy.
Oh, next to the enemy? No.
Yeah,
I want to be close to everyone else so I can get a big
I want
heal
a
in.
bonus action rage.
Got it.
Yeah, so I'll activate rage.
Grab you and go. We'll just go
Yes.
after him.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna dimension door right
All
next
right.
to him
Well, boom. You appear right next to him.
and attack.
All right. Got it. Is the dimension door, that's an action to cast that, right?
It is one action.
Yeah, okay.
I
So,
have 10, and would I still be able to get to one attack?
no.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be a
It
turn.
can be up to 200 feet straight forward.
So, boom, you pop in next to him. All right, that was on 16. On 15, over to our monk.
I say, is there any? Who's still back here?
I'm back here with you.
Yep. with our-
I'm 60 feet up.
Yep. 6 feet up. You flew 60 feet up with one and then cast a spell. These two dimension doored 150 feet up, so they're right next to him.
Can you move safely?
I don't know. I was going to run up behind them and just be 30 feet behind them.
Very good.
Yeah.
I take off and walk 75 feet forward,
All right. You close half the distance.
and at the same time I empty my body and become invisible, and
Okay.
I'll gain resistance to all damage
Okay.
for a minute.
For a minute. All right, very well. And that brings us over to our cleric on 11.
I walk 30 feet forward, and the three of them are they're right next to each other, and then he's 15 feet ahead of them.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds, a 30-foot sphere right between them. That's going to hit all of them and heal all of you guys each for 44.
All right. Whoop.
Sweet, I'll take that.
That damage
Beautiful,
is
thank
canceled
you.
out.
You're welcome.
All right, and then that brings us over to our half orcs. You are right up next to this guy.
Okay, we hit him very hard. So I don't have advantage.
That's right.
Let's see. Attack numero uno. Does a 20 hit.
20 will miss.
Okay, good to know. Does a 30 hit.
30 will hit.
Yay. Then I would assume that a 31 will hit.
That's right.
So let's do the damage and see how our scores are working. D12s. So, only 30 points of damage.
All right. Anything else? Hitting him is like hitting a granite pillar.
Okay.
Like he just looks down. You know you're making an impact. He's despite his like just stoic look, he is flinching a bit, but it's like boom, boom, boom. Like just other than his slight wince, it looks like he's paying no mind to your attacks.
Okay.
Okay, so that was on your turn. That was on 10. So that's everyone in the party has acted except for our zombie Romero is 150 feet away.
He can
Shambling.
only run like 40 feet,
Yeah.
so he moves.
Away he goes.
Shuffling.
All right. The creature looks down upon the two of you here, Griff and Kelgor. Why don't you both make wisdom saves for me? Remember, you just get the +3 for the aura.
Okay.
13.
13?
Oh, but I also get +4? Or no, I don't.
No, just, yeah.
+3.
Yep.
So, no, mine was actually higher than that.
19.
19? All right. The two of you, you see the error in your ways. Yes, all hope is lost. Why stand against this one? As he locks eyes, his two eyes moving independent lock with each of you, and you see only hope and darkness. As the four of you are approaching, your two companions turn and snarl at you and brandish their weapons.
What Kelgor say? Ring of mind shielding, but no.
And then tentacles will rise up and once again batter all four of you. So against our
Even in the
cleric.
air, flying?
Are you more than 30 feet off the ground?
Probably not yet.
Okay, yeah, so they would be able to get you.
I'm invisible though.
Oh, you're invisible. Okay, so no attack against you. 29 against our cleric.
29, okay.
That's going to be...
to hit? Yeah, that is. Yes.
28 damage.
Oh.
21 against Melf.
Yes, that's
Okay,
a hit.
that'll
sadly.
take 28 more damage.
All right.
And against Archon, only a 21.
No.
Okay. So that was his turn. And that is that. So that brings us on 18 to Melf.
All right. I will move forward.
Okay.
And
You're 60 feet, so you're 30 feet away.
Yep. I will go ahead and cast Disintegrate.
Okay. The
Him or the altar?
I was thinking, actually, that's a good question. I was thinking the altar is the vehicle that gets it there. I'm just wondering if it's protected by that energy. So
Be some sort of phylactery.
yeah, I think it's gonna be protected. So I'm gonna go for the dude. I'm
Okay.
gonna go for the creature.
You cast your spell. He is going to use his legendary resistance to make that saving throw. So you still do your damage, but he gets an autosave.
All right. I don't remember what the damage is for. I'll have to look it up. I'm
You're
sorry.
30 feet away.
Yeah.
Who's around me? I'm
We're
60.
next to.
I'm 90 feet
75.
away.
Next to him, but you
You're
are
75?
currently
30 feet behind you.
facing
up in the air?
facing the rest of the
We've
party.
turned to
You're
face
30 feet
them.
behind me.
Behind you.
All right. So
How
it's
high
still
up in the air?
10d6, which is good. But
20 feet.
But you're invisible. Yeah. So I can't see you. Okay, well, how far are you guys? Sorry.
They are right now. You are 90 feet away, so they are 90 feet away from you.
90 feet away from me. So they're back at the start.
No, they're
next to
right
us.
up next to the guy.
Oh, they're right up next. Oh, you guys are right up next to the
Yeah, and
guy.
remember, they're both now glaring at you with their weapons.
I
presented.
can't see him.
Yep.
You're how many feet away?
30 feet behind
Yep.
you.
30 feet.
30
behind.
feet behind me, and you are how many?
He is. He's now 60 feet ahead of you.
still
60 feet ahead of
67
me.
points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, this is where.
He howls in pain as part of his. Finally showing some effect of the attack as part of his body is
So
turns to
Okay,
dust.
go ahead.
I do have a question for you though. As a bonus action, is triggering like an item, like a gem of elemental summoning, is that an attack, or could I use that? Could I do that as
would-
well as cast?
It is an action, so it's the item or casting.
Got it.
Yeah. This is I can't believe it.
You'll probably say no, but I have Indomitable. I could re-roll my
Go for
saving
it.
throw.
Yeah, nothing's happened since then. So
Okay.
the only thing is I will retroactively attack.
No.
Okay, no,
no,
still
no.
fine.
I hate you people even more.
Knowing your class you didn't work makes you even angrier.
I abandoned what I was just. It's my turn, right?
Yeah.
I abandoned what I was just going to do. I move 20 feet back, so I'm 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
I raise the hand of Vecna and I teleport us up
Okay.
right next to him.
Okay.
So we are.
So that's
now-
behind us. Because we've turned to face them. So he's.
You are still next to him. So
Okay.
so basically, do you want to be next to these guys too, or do you want to be on the opposite side of it?
Use
Let's
a cleansing
go.
touch.
Let's go. Then well, okay. Let's come up. We'll come up close. Yeah, come up close to them. About. We'll come up to like 10 feet away.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're right up next to them.
And is that your action?
That's my action.
Got
And okay. Each use cast suggestion on me at DC 18, which is at your discretion.
Yeah. DC 18. Make
The
a
voice of
Yeah.
Vecna speaks to me. And this is a what type of save? Wisdom.
wisdom save. Yeah.
13.
13.
I have
So-
a high wisdom save too.
You feel the power of Vecna channel through you, and you feel hate and anger. Does the hand have any like attack spells you can use? Like I forgot that
It
one.
sure does. It's got Finger of Death, Sleep.
You throw Finger of Death at this guy. Vecna seizes control and uses the hand to cast Finger of Death at this guy. Kill this one! You
Great.
miserable lizard! Half lizard, half man, neither up to neither. I will have my hand back in this universe, not in a realm of endless darkness.
Vecna bids you give him the finger.
So he is going to use his legendary resistance, and when he sees that, his eyes go wide. Vecna. So, but that does.
Con save.
So he's going to use his legendary resistance to make the saving throw automatically.
Okay.
But that is knocks off. He still takes half damage from the spell. So.
Okay, so that's 78 plus 30.
Make him hurt. Oh.
20, 29, 33 plus 30, 63.
Okay.
Half of 63.
All right. So the Finger of Death reaches out again. He draws his magic around him to partially dispel it, but he still takes as you drain his bizarre eldritch life force from him. He staggers and glares at all of you. You will pay for that. And he gestures using one of his legendary actions and conjures the tentacles to attack all of you again, except you two, because you're his buddies. So you're invisible, though, so he won't attack you.
So is there a reason it says that I can cast Cleansing Touch on myself?
Well, you're charmed, so basically
So
you would have to choose to do that with your action.
Got it.
So, all right, so against our cleric, that is going to hit for 28 damage. Against Melf, that's also going to hit for 28 damage. And against Archon, wow, my dice are on fire. That's going to hit for 28 damage. All right, and then that brings us. That was all on 17, so 16 to our paladin. Why don't you take a swing at? Let's see, Archon's up there. You're up there. Take a swing at Archon, and let's use a level 3 smite.
If he hits.
If he hits. If you have a level 3 left. Oh, that's
look at that.
4, but I do have.
If you want him to be me.
21 to hit. Give a plus 21.
I've got a plus 16 with the Great Axe.
that'll miss.
So it's 20.
all right.
He's going to miss it by.
And then go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw against the charm effect.
No.
Okay, you remain charmed. That was on 16, 15, over to our invisible monk.
How does this? Will this invisibility break? This monk invisibility? Does it break if I attack?
I believe it does.
Okay, I read both things and I didn't.
Let
know
me
which
actually,
way.
let's do a quick check because that'll
Thank you.
have that will affect things. So let's go to D&D Beyond and do a quick look. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. I know obviously the spell. Typically, they do. Is that from your subclass?
Yes, the Way of the Long Death. It's called Empty Body.
So. Sleep spell, but that's 17.
Most of the arguments I saw says it doesn't break, but I do not know.
Just to save time, I'm just gonna roll a d20. On 11 or higher, you stay invisible. No, it'll break with the attack.
Okay, so I gotta get this done. I am looking at that altar.
Yeah, that's right. It's about 20 feet behind him.
I'm going to go towards that. So I'll move my full movement, but I won't do anything yet. I don't think I'll get it behind him, but I'm gonna get myself nice and high so I can come down.
Got
on
it. Okay, if you rush this turn, you'll be able to do that to get within one move of the altar to attack it next, or to do whatever you want to do to it next turn.
My normal movement is another 75 feet, so that's the
Oh yeah,
150.
so you can easily get there. Okay,
And
yeah.
then the next
so
round I'll
you're
be primed to drop on it.
cool. All right, so you are close. I'll just put that down. Okay, so that was on 15. On 11, over to our cleric.
Okay. So they're both still under the effect.
Yep.
Shoot. Okay. I'm gonna. How far away is he from me?
They are both right up close to you because when you teleported up with Archon, you're within 10 feet for both of them.
Okay, I'm gonna touch him and do greater restoration on him and get rid of it.
All right, so you walk up and suddenly your mind reels and you realize what, and you're back to normal.
Okay. And I'm gonna do. How many people are within 60 feet? You're within 60 feet. Is everyone within 60 feet?
Everyone's in 60 feet.
Okay,
yep.
well then I can't heal him since he's not. I guess I could.
He's not an ally right now.
No, yeah.
you
It
can
says
heal.
any creature.
Oh, then you can heal him. Yeah, your choice. So yeah.
So
Very nice of you.
as a
Yeah.
bonus action, I'm going to do mass healing word, which is going to be 13, 15, 19, everybody.
All right.
For everybody?
Nice.
For everybody within 60 feet, yeah.
He sees that and is going to use another legendary action to conjure tentacles. As he's offended by your wounds, you struggle like a swarm of ants against the rising tide of the sea. You're charmed, so he's not going to do it against you, but he's going to attack you.
Thank you.
So that's going to be does a 25 hit you? Okay,
21.
take 28 damage.
28.
Yep. These hits are all for 28. Oh, that's caught. It's Archon. That's going to hit again for 28 damage to Archon. Melf, does I assume a 29 hits you?
It does.
28 damage. Oh, you're invisible and you're flying, so you're safe against our cleric. That's going to be over 30, so 28 more points of damage.
Who all just took 28?
I did.
Okay.
All right, and that was his second legendary action for the round, and we come over to our half-orc. Have you used action surge yet?
I have one remaining.
Oh, wonderful.
Would you like me to fully unload on someone?
I would like you to fully unload on someone, and he's going to look around and see this pesky cleric who keeps healing the damage he's throwing up. Get him! Right.
Okey-dokey.
So he wants you to attack 3 times, and if the cleric is still standing, he wants you to action surge.
Okay. A 28.
Yeah.
That an 18.
No.
What the hell is that? Something that will 27.
Yeah.
Okay, so should I roll the damage
Yeah,
and
roll
then see?
damage.
Okay. So it will be.
He failed the save against the charm effect, so probably
Yahtzee. Oh my god. Ooh, actually, that was Yahtzee. So 16 plus 6, 32 points of damage.
Are you still up?
I'm still up.
Okay, well then in that case, back to the mines. 31 hits, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, a crit.
Oh.
And does a 25 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 hits and a crit.
That's going to be
I'm really sorry.
5d12 plus, yeah.
Yeah, so 24 plus 5d12.
Do you need some d12s?
It's always the support that gets hosed, isn't it?
Let's see. 12.
Why are you so happy about this?
You know what?
He got the crit!
It's in his nature.
I gotta re-roll you.
You have to
Jesus.
respect.
crit,
It's fine
Christmas.
work. It's good work. Right?
Right.
You gotta respect good effort, right? Even if it's against the party's
in
cleric.
character. I get it. All right.
Wow, I really rolled great. I'm sorry. So 54 points of
This
damage.
is not good news.
I'm down.
Oh, healer is down. He cackles.
I mean,
There's your faith now.
Gilgore not proud of that
Yeah,
one.
so I'm gonna have to. I was
Good
gonna
news
try
is
to.
you do now get another wisdom
Cleansing
saving
touch.
throw.
Oh,
and
nice.
your indomitable ability, I believe, would also apply.
Okay, cool.
So,
What if Kilgore say him really sorry?
yeah.
So let's see. 22.
22? No.
Really?
Not just short.
Oh my god! Indomitable.
no.
Well, that will definitely miss.
All right.
So
You
him
are
still
still
crazy after
enthralled.
all these years.
Well, anybody can get me up?
All right. So that was on. So we come back to.
Just do it.
Well, the good news is it's now his turn. Oh, wait, no, sorry, it's Romero's turn.
Meryl,
Oh, yeah.
my zombie.
Minus.
He's 110 feet away. Trailing in the
He's double moving 40
Okay,
feet.
40 feet. That is
He's
it.
100. Okay, so now he's 70 feet away.
Yep.
All right.
Another couple rounds, we'll be there.
Cut 2. Just dragging his feet, super slow.
All right. He is going to focus. He's going to conjure more tentacles to attacks. He's not going to try using his magic tricks. So 2 attacks against each of you.
Well, okay, I have a question.
Right.
So I have a bonus action of Channel Divinity Vow of Enmity, which will give me an advantage on attacks.
Yeah, you use that on your turn.
I use it on my turn, but I could do a lay on hands completely the entire pool if I chose to on him.
Yep,
For
exactly.
90.
Yep.
That's a good plan.
Okay.
Okay, so 2 attacks coming your way. Tentacles seem smaller, but there's more of them, so it's still an attack roll. But one's going to miss. The other one is going to hit for 16 damage against Archon. 2 attacks. 32.
That
No,
hits.
there's
Yes,
two.
Mike. That hits.
Hey, you guys, this is payback for the last one. Yeah.
Oh, you have to ask.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
Two 16-point hits.
2 16-point hits.
Yeah.
And they're both magical.
Magical bludgeoning. Yep.
That's not me. That's him.
That's him. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Not cool, but
Oh, Melf. Merry Critmas. It is a critical hit. So that's going to be 16, which would be for the dice. That's going to be 124 hit. The other one does miss, though. So I kind of actually...
Okay.
It's less damage you would have taken.
24?
24?
Okay.
Right, you're invisible.
124.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sad, but
that's
okay.
124. Right.
Just 124.
So you're invisible still, and you are unconscious. So The good news is he can't attack. He's not going to bother attacking you. Okay, so that was on his turn. That was on initiative count 26. Now we come over to Melf. You're 30 feet away from the this weird twisted cultist of Thurisden.
All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cast a haste spell
Okay.
This is the best.
on Archon,
Best. Okay.
and probably action surge.
Yep.
To take another action, and I'm going to drop a. It's a water elemental summoning gem.
All right.
At maximum 6 levels, a 6 level spell equivalent, and drop it, activate that, and get it to attack this
Okay.
thing.
We'll just use the Elemental's initiative as this initiative count. So go ahead. Do you have its stats, or do you need me to pull?
I would need stats. I'm sorry.
I can mention it from here.
Good thing we can just go to D&D Beyond.
Exactly right. D&D Beyond for all your
Thank
Dungeons
God we have
Dragons.
D&D Beyond.
Is that hot?
What
to
is
app
the
all the
haste is
players
plus
are
2
using?
AC
Yes,
plus
in
1
fact, I'm
attack.
using it right
plus 1
now.
weapon attack.
That's amazing. I
And what
can't
else?
believe they have the
Anything else?
entire
Hashtag
character
Watsy
sheet.
Plus 2
staff.
bonus, advantage on
Brilliant.
dexterity saving throws,
I have those.
and
yeah.
action. You can take an attack action, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action.
All right. Hey, Luke, why don't you give me two
I get, like,
two
double
attack
moves?
rolls for it?
Oh, you got it. Not so good. A 3 and an 8.
Those will both miss.
Yes, well-
it rolls up next to it and starts slamming into it, but it is not able to connect
That's-
with either attack.
But
All
it's a
right.
meat shield.
Exactly. It's got 100 something hit points.
Yeah.
The okay, so that was on initiative count 18.
Yes.
17 over to our hasted Dragonborn Paladin of Tiamat.
Oh, okay. It's on now.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Come on.
Okay. It's going to be 4 attacks. Frenzied, Reckless, Rage. I'm already...
All right. That was a time for your revenge.
Crit.
All right.
Fiend, Undead.
He would be a fiend. He would count as a fiend.
Great. Okay, great. Then we're gonna go fourth level Divine Smite of Tiamat. The 5 heads come up over my head.
He quails in fear as he rears back as he's about to get critted, so he can't front any longer. He's gonna have to take this crit.
Love it. Okay. That's 4 for the axe. This is 2 for first level, second, third, fourth.
Nice.
Throw in another 1 for the fiend. That's gonna be 5, 6. 6 plus 4. That's 10d8. And then because I critted, I'll get another 2d8 on the back end.
is
So
just
we're
the first
talking
attack.
22d8.
Nice.
Okay.
Need space to track damage.
30, 40. Okay. That's 40 on the first roll.
All right, I'll take that off as hit points. So you don't need to worry about it. I mean, you can roll it up just to track, but I can actually write that down. So, yeah.
Um, 41.
Okay.
So that's 81
Plus 2.
plus 81, 91 plus 16,
107.
107. It's
All right.
107.
107.
He does not look too happy about that.
Okay.
And nice. How many more attacks?
3 more.
That was the first
That
attack?
was the first attack.
First attack crit.
That's why I hasted him.
Attack number 2.
That's why I didn't take the haste.
Attack number 2, that's going to be a 30 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, let's go 3rd level Divine Smite. Okay,
I'm loading the
that's
clip in this guy.
4. Yeah,
That's
I
9
mean,
dice.
4. That's 9, right? Yeah, 1 less than before. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We'll pull this guy out over here. Okay, great.
That's a good.
10,
There's something.
20, 33 plus 16,
49.
49.
2 more attacks.
Okay. Attack 3.
2 more.
Bear with me.
attacks.
Okay, that's another 30 to hit.
That'll hit.
You get some divine smites left?
I do. I usually like to leave a 3rd level just in case we need
Yeah.
to do anything funky. So I'm going to go 2nd level, which will be 8 dice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss all of this.
I'm working on that.
Me too.
16, it's 20, 34, 36 plus 16, 42.
52.
52.
All right.
Wow.
Okay,
What?
fourth attack.
All right, let's see. Oh!
Is that why you saved the third level smite?
Do I burn the third?
You're at 200. You're like
We
at
have
200.
another paladin. We get another paladin.
You're at 200 hit points of damage right now at this round. You may as well
Go for the
Let's go for it. Let's go
Let's see
for
if
it.
we-
Feeling lucky, punk.
Third
Let's see if
level.
it finishes
Third level.
amazing.
All right.
Some serious smiting.
Yeah, it is.
4 plus my 4 plus a fifth. Okay, I'm gonna switch this one out for the blue because I like that one better. Okay, let's go. Okay.
That's a lot of sevens.
Okay, that's 4 7, so that's 28. That's 30. That's 40. 46 on the first roll. That's
Okay.
46 plus. That's a good one. That's my Gary Con 8. That's great. That's 16. 16 plus 12 is 28. 28, 29, 30. 30 plus 11 is 41. So what was the first one?
46.
41 plus my 2 for the crit. That's going to be
to
another
4.
12. 12
16,
plus
right?
16, that's plus 28. So that's 87, 107, 115.
You have another attack.
That's
No,
it.
so
That's
that's
all. I'm
it.
out. I'm out.
Is there still a massive damage rule about?
Vec
Well,
must be really happy with
massive
you.
damage or not, as you leap into the air, and with one mighty blow, shear off one of his arms. Your first clit.
300.
I was flying with the wings.
with
so
the
the
wings.
wings sprout, so I just
Howls in fear as you but as you're overcome with battle lust, what the rest of you see is you lop off the first arm, like tentacles burst out from within his body, and as you hack the 2 regular hits, you open up huge wounds, and the final one, he's staggered. You swing your axe around and chop his head off. What? And as you look and you see from the head emerges more tentacles. Good news for you is you are no longer charmed because he's
Hey
dead.
That was
guys,
315.
what Kilrog missed?
The bad news is
315.
as he explodes in these mauve tentacles that reach out, everyone who is in close combat range, which is everyone except the monk, is going to take 2 attacks. Oh, you're down, so you're good too. Okay, so these are at plus 17. 22 and 24.
1 miss, 1 hit.
Okay, take 28
Okay.
against Griff. 22 and 32.
Those both hit.
Okay, take 56 total.
Oh,
Against Archon.
Just give me a
oh boy.
Double 15s again. Both 32. Take 56 damage.
56 damage.
And against Melf. That's only going to be a 21 with one of them, but the other one's going to be much higher than that.
That's not what I like to hear, but 21.
Yeah.
21 hits me. Yeah.
56 damage total. And that's that. So everyone take, and then as he falls, and you see now the altar begins pulsing with purple energy. What do you wish to do? Well, actually, that was on 17, so 16 is going to be over to our cleric. I'm sorry, cleric, paladin.
Can I do lay on hands on 2 people at once? I don't
It
think
has to be just one target.
I'll take care of everybody. Just give me up.
so. Okay, I'll give him 90. I'll
Okay.
give the whole pool.
All right.
What's your god?
It's like
Who's your god?
You all right?
Oh, my God is
Very,
it's,
very sorry.
Glenn
Cannot apologize enough.
It's Glenn Gedden. I call
Our
him
monk's
Glenn
turn?
Fiddish. That's easier.
what would you wish to do?
It's time to break this altar. I drop out of the sky and crush it with key fist.
All right. Go ahead and just go ahead and roll the attack to see if you crit.
That's very visual.
You're gonna hit, yeah. And since you're invisible, I guess the effect is everyone else is like, whoa, and then suddenly the altar explodes.
This won't look nearly as cool. Everybody will think it's his fault.
He'll appear.
That's right. You would appear as it connects.
Yeah.
Armor class 24.
Okay, that will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And it is an object. If you have any benefits against objects.
Not particularly. 10 points of damage.
All right. A huge crack appears in it as you slam into it.
I'll do it again.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Wham! So he appears, just this wind rush, and then bang, crack.
Armor class 26.
That'll hit.
Nice. 13 points of damage.
Okay.
That's those creatures.
It shudders and cracks again. It is still
I will spend a point of key and go into flurry of blows and start hitting it faster
All right.
and faster and faster.
Why?
Armor class 28.
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
Ten more points of damage.
All right. So with your flurry of blows, you reduce the altar to rubble.
Yes!
You smash it. Yes. And then you see. So the altar has been destroyed. Melf, you realize that the altar is what was anchoring this place in the negative material plane. Reality starts to warp and shake around you. So the effects like a 60s psychedelic movie. Everything is shifting. Linger. Rush out. What do you wish to do?
I want to cast a heal.
Okay.
I take my staff and I slam it into the ground and I cast mass heal on everyone. So
All right.
that's 700 health between all of us.
I
So
definitely
I believe
believe
you
it.
need 167 Melf to be capped. You need 93 Archon, you need 105 Griff, and you need 49 Kelgor.
I need
And there's
166 down to 51.
You must be
I
like
need
the
125.
healing main for like a while.
What? 125. I need 125.
take it. Yeah, 125. Okay.
Thank you. You're awesome.
So that's and then how much do you need, Melf?
I was at
167,
like,
right?
yeah, it sounds. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
I need
think
one-
I was at like
115.
150 something, but that's fine. I'll take 160. I'll trust you.
120.
125.
125, 167.
I say.
I could use 6.
Oh, you hurt your hand hitting the altar?
Yeah.
167, 6. How much you need?
48.
Take it. Plus 48.
And as he's doing this, we're starting to feel that the plane is
57.
shifting.
Things are starting to shift out of phase with reality.
Okay.
Well, I can open with the Spear of Zagig. I can open up like planar travel.
Oh, there you go.
So I will open up a portal back to Earth,
Okay.
and I'll say, "Let's go."
All right.
And
You invoke the spear, open
yeah.
a doorway.
A quick
Sure.
glance around to see if there's anything around here that dropped near the altar or near the head or whatever. 'Cause it's all the same.
Any cool stuff.
As they're doing
thinking,
that,
like, wait, I'm not
I
thinking about
teleport
treasures,
back
it's
to
the
the Chimera,
Okay.
get on his back, use the other teleport to teleport back to where they are.
Okay. So you just jaunt, pick up your ride.
Which are 2 suggestions.
Oh. Let's see.
So I bamf to the Chimera.
Make me a wisdom save
Okay.
before the first. The second one, he's just frustrated, isn't?
22.
Okay. The second one still. Make me another one. Yeah, he's gonna try throwing 2 suggestions at you.
25.
Okay. Oh, so close. So close. That would have been fun if you'd failed that, but you would have known what happened until later. So.
Okay.
All right. So, give me a wisdom perception check.
Meanwhile, cut to the zombie finally catches up.
You're about to go on a fun ride. Like, yeah. And anyone who wants to look around before passing, you want to try to grab something, give me a wisdom perception check.
Okay.
Oh well, seeing as I can be greedy, I
17.
17.
My passive is 20.
Okay, yeah. So you will use the result of your passive, whichever one's higher.
28.
All right.
26.
Anyone with a 20 or
21.
Anyone with a 20 or higher sees that when his body collapsed, it left behind these small purplish gems of sort of like parts of it. So anyone who got a passive perception or check of 20 or higher may, if they choose, grab one.
Okay.
Wrap my hand in the robe and grab it with the
Purple
robe.
gem.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
I'm
using the
focused
rope.
on getting out of here. I don't see
Yes,
anything.
you don't see anything.
Brothers.
All right. And you emerge. So if anyone grabbed one, just raise your hand. Okay.
And 2 if I
then-
can.
Okay, yeah. And you emerge through the portal, standing on the grassy moor.
Hopefully, standing in Mordenkainen's tower. That's
Mordenkainen's
where-
sanctum. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tower, yeah. And he seems, he's
I'm a member of the Red Rampart Guard. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there he. And he looks. Well, you healed everyone, so he's like, oh. I trust this was the merest trivialities of missions. You seem to not even have sustained the slightest injury. Well done, elf. Well done. I hope that this little excursion wasn't too much of a bother. But I have other matters, pressing matters to attend to. So you can show yourselves out. Rest well, knowing though that the balance from his remained intact. Though I assume you simply went into the dungeons below and found the source and destroyed perhaps an altar and idol of some sort.
Lots of evil. Are these safe?
Pretty much
Something like that.
Crazy
in
evil.
a nutshell.
Where did you find such? Perhaps this excursion was not quite as simple or safe as I thought.
Not
The
for me,
one
no.
who is
No.
the chained one
Very bad for
was
cleric.
directly involved.
It is as I suspected. No, it is. I did not suspect such a thing. Would not have sent you.
Yes,
On
you
such
can
a
tell
mission.
by these strange robes that we wear.
Yes. Oh yes, that's right. You're wearing the robes.
Oh, yeah.
I suggest you hand those over to me. Those are remnants of the deep negative material plane. Bringing them here could cause you much more trouble than you may suspect.
Not
I
really
can.
my style, anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, very well.
Kind of stylish.
He takes them all from you. I will keep these safe and see to it that they are disposed of properly. And he slips them into
These
the-
incense things.
I think we have to go through a shower and put some
and
stuff on and
decontaminate
stuff and come out the other side and it'll be okay.
You may keep those as a memento of your deeds.
Prestidigitation
But-
work on radiation.
Yeah. I would suggest you do not share with anyone what transpired today.
Immortal.
The Chained One's followers are hidden well, but they are like sharks. The slightest scent of any lore or news relating to their master, they will descend upon you, and they will harry your steps for so long as you live. So, in other words, best we keep this between ourselves, shan't we?
So, I think I need a drink after that.
So do I.
I'm buying.
All right.
Very well. Well,
Best dwarven ale.
It's potables you seek. You'll have to seek them elsewhere. Please, gentlemen. Though if I need you, you will be called upon again, I can assure you.
Outstanding.
Well done.
Well done.
All right. Well done indeed.
And with that,
Yeah.
I think we are concluded.
We've concluded. Well played, everyone. Thank you. That was fun.
315 points in one round. I did the calculation correctly. 315. That's amazing.
And haste didn't cast itself, you know?
It did not. It did not.
Those dice
That was
finally
great.
started rolling there once you were,
There was
fighting against me.
Yeah.
It felt very much like a team.
Without that healing,
Yeah.
I would have been down.
I was like,
No, I would have been dead.
I'd have been down without that healing.
least
So
useful thing I
without
can do.
I'd have
Kill
been
the
probably
cleric.
at least twice.
Always.
I
So
did my job.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So that was good
Glad
stuff.
you failed.
Oh man. So we got just a few minutes remaining. I think that if we can, let's all gather who we can and go into the other room there.
There we do the
Let's say-
interviews? Yeah.
And let's say goodnight.
Yeah. Oh, they're on
we're on
screen
screen.
now.
We're on
Okay, right
screen
now.
now.
So let's go. Yeah, we head on over.
Let's go.
Mike, thanks, man.
Thank you.
No, you guys can stay there. You guys can stay. Sit. Put your butts in your seat. Yeah. You guys, I can hear you from over there. You guys actually have incredible mics over there and this like beautiful room. Thank you, Mike Mearls, for running that last 3-hour game. You guys are awesome. Look at all those amazing people. Oh, we have a camera here, so we're all actually looking at ourselves and everybody in the camera. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for watching. All the mics are on, by the way. We're all live. We're doing it live. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being a part of the Founders and Legends Day. And it has been an incredible. No, your mic is over there, Luke. It's okay. Unless you want to talk like right here, but yeah. So come on in. So you can talk into his chest.
All right. I'll take a knee. I'll take a knee right here.
Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this really amazing day, and it's the first annual, maybe?
I think so. I think this will be the first annual Founders and Legends Day. This was wonderful. I thank all of you for joining us. And I just have a long list of people I want to give a shout out to. Norse Foundry for all the amazing dice for all our players. Black Oak Workshop for the dice sets for our GMs. Ironwind Metals, obviously, for amazing figures. Thanks, Mike. Dwarven Forge, beautiful tile today. Thanks for being here and supporting us.
You would have had a chance.
A shout out to Alex Kammer for his generous donation to help make this happen. Of course, there was a lot of guys from Wizards who were involved in this.
High five.
Yeah, including Bart's team, Mike, and I'm sure there's other
Hi,
folks
Mike.
back
I
there
see
in
you on the
Seattle.
camera.
And of course, all the folks who came and played and ran. That was amazing, and this really made me happy. I can't tell you how awesome it is to see my dad's work being celebrated, like this being played. So much love for the game that's out there, and so much support that's being shown for me and what my family's doing. So thank you, and I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate my dad's birthday than getting ready for this thing and doing it today, the day after his 80th birthday, the week before Gen Con. So it really means a lot. So thank you all, sincerely, from my heart. Thank you. This was amazing.
Aw, thank you so much. We had amazing dungeon masters, amazing players. Thank you, everybody. And I think that is a wrap on our 12-hour adventure.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a part of
Only
Founders
12
and
hours.
Legends Day. We will see you next time here on twitch.tv/D&D. Don't forget to donate to
Extra Life. Thank you, everyone, for donating to Extra Life today.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Good night.